Motorola Edge 70, impossibly thin.
Who holds the monopoly on the Marathi vote. The idea of the Marathi vote and Marathi Asmita was sort of invented by Bal Thackeray in 1969. In fact, till 1984, even with all his oratory and all his political acumen, the Shiv Sena never came to power till 1984 when Vasantdada Patil made this famous comment that we will not let anybody take Mumbai away from Maharashtra. And that one comment led to the rise in Shiv Sena's seats in the Bombay Municipal Corporation. And since then, they have been in power. So what the Thackeray brothers have done is sort of harkened back to history. I mean, when you are faced against with your back to the wall, what do? You go back to the basics. So 1969, 1960s, 70s, 80s, Bal Thackeray used to call South Indians different names and, sort of charge them with taking away the jobs of Maharashtrians. And thereafter, he moved away. He moved to the Hindutva faction. In fact, Shiv Sena had a large branch in Dharavi at one time, and it had South Indians heading its branch in Dharavi. So the Marathi vote has since then been choosy about where it wants to go. So the BJP is as much Marathi and Eknath Shinde's party is as much Marathi as the Thackeray brothers. So there is nobody holds the monopoly of the Marathi vote. So this is what is coming through in this. And also people vote with the tide. Obviously, the younger crowd thinks that Devendra Fadnavis could tomorrow be more than just a chief minister. I mean, his own people sort of see him as a prospective prime minister candidate. So there is that aspiration also driving. As far as the non-Marathi vote factor, it's always been with the BJP. I mean, I don't think that there was any contest there. So the election, unfortunately, has not been fought on the issues that the people in Mumbai face, which is flooding, potholes, and all those issues. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of BJP and Shiv Sena Shinde party people saying that Uddhav Thackre's Shiv Sena was ruling the BMC for 25 years, which is they must share the guilt and the blame for whatever is happening in Mumbai because they were in power. The one thing that I want to sort of leave behind is that the municipal commissioner in Mumbai can pass a budget in BMC even if the entire House of 227 opposes it. That is the power of the MRTP Act. So it is not a very representative situation. So I would have expected the parties to sort of campaign for more powers to the elected people.
And there's reason enough why possibly the BJP would want this time to install their mayor in the saddle where BMC is concerned. For the BJP, it is going to be crucial, viewers, and they're going in for the hunt, and they're in the hunt and they're going to go in for the kill. They would want to be the single largest party when at least exit polls are concerned. They're poised to be the single largest party. A bit of trivia, it has only been once that the Shiv Sena, even at its peak over the last 40, 50 years, have crossed the 100-ward mark win. So the BJP would want to do that. BJP loves that, and they would want to do that, cross that 100-ward mark there and install their mayor. And the importance of that mayor was just laid bare by Shankar Iyer as well. I want to now come back to the same figures. Let's bring in the figures right now of the communities voting, because there were three aspects to the projection of how communities have voted as per Access My India. One aspect that we touched on was, of course, the South Indian vote and how part of it got antagonized with the Lungi-Pungi common. The other, of course, that has been debated ad nauseum across studios, which is the Marathi vote. That did it consolidate? Was there a strong, fierce counter-consolidation? Well, it did not consolidate. It splintered, but there was a fierce counter-consolidation. The third aspect, and Jayant Menkar, I want to bring you in on the third aspect because you and I have spoken as well on the Mamu factor. which is the Marathi and the Muslims coming together in favor of the Thackeray brothers, and that could propel the Thackeray brothers where the BMC election was concerned, give them that added push. But Jayant Menkar, if you look at the projections again by Access My India, the Ma of Mamu, Marathi vote has splintered in favor of the Mahayuti as well. But where the Muslim vote was concerned, and let's get in the Muslim vote there, now the Thackeray brothers would have hoped that a part of it went directly, and what was projected by many analysts was that they would see the Thackeray brothers as a viable option and won't vote for the Congress. That hasn't happened. 41% of the Muslim vote have stuck with the Congress and only 28% have gone to the UBT, Shiv Sena plus MNS.
Yes. Maria, we have said both on the Mamu, Thackeray brothers were banking, or the anti-BJP brigade was banking, and they got splintered. As far as these Marathi votes are concerned, though Thackeray's expected that their chunk will come to them, what has happened on the clear-cut caste lines, because though we say there should not be caste and there should not be communalism, but all the parties and all the political party leaders use religion and caste everywhere, including Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis also saying that we will have, if Thackerays would be voted, there will be Khan as a mayor and all that. So such things are said. Well, it's a fact among the Marathi-speaking people, there's upper caste Marathis, they have favored to BJP. And the lower caste Marathis, they have favored the Shiv Sena, Shinde Sena, whom they found more close to Thackeray Sena. What has happened, the Shiv Sainik, if the Shiv Sena or MNS candidate is not there, but there is Shinde Sena candidate, the Shiv Sainik have gone in favor of Shinde Sena, and I'm telling you on the caste lines, clear-cut it has happened. The upper caste having allegiance with RSS, directly with Sangha Parivar, they have favored the BJP. So,
right.
Thackeray brothers did not get that much support from Marathi factor. Let's come to Muslim factor. One of the major things in Muslim, that is Congress. Congress had Congress tied up with Shiv Sena MNS alliance, this might have not happened. But Congress preferred to go alone, saying, and Congress's point was that our votes, that is Muslim and Dalit, they get transferred to Shiv Sena or MNS candidate. But what happens is we don't get Shiv Sena MNS votes, and these votes go in favor of BJP and Shinde Sena. So what is our benefit? And that's the argument was made by Congress, by that Kerala in charge of Maharashtra Congress, that we are not getting Ramesh Chennithala, that we are not yielding anything. We have experienced this in Vidhan Sabha. But in Lok Sabha, actually, because of our support, Sena candidate got elected. And Muslim, the pocket votes got divided in Congress, as well as even in Muslim, other Samajwadi Party and other candidates, and a minor chunk, as what you are saying, minor chunk came to UBT, which has not helped at all to Thackeray brothers, so that Mamu factor would have won.
All right, so, this is what has been projected by Access My India. So 3 key points, viewers, and that will practically, unfold, or that will be the key if these numbers hold where results come. Number 1, the South Indian vote galvanized with the BJP, the Mahayuti, where Eknath Shinde and BJP is concerned. Number 2, there was a splinter in the Marathi vote. It just didn't go to the Thackeray brothers. And number 3, where the Muslim vote was concerned, huge chunk of it stuck with the Congress. Bhavya Narasimha Murthy from the Congress with us. You'd be happy because your vote share is also 13%, which is not great, but very impressive, what many would suggest for the Congress, at least with what it's been projected. But a myopic, selfish way of looking at an election, if you had gone along with the Thackeray brothers, the scoreboard could have been different. Once again, all of this on the basis of exit poll data.
Before addressing that, I first want to raise 2 issues here. We have exit poll results. We have
Is BMC still Thackeray territory? Will Congress turn out to be spoiler? Who will be the boss of Mumbai? Mumbai has made up its mind. Voting done, countdown to verdict. Time for a triple-engine Sarkar. Is BMC still Thackeray territory? Will Congress turn out to be spoiler? Who will be the boss of Mumbai? Mumbai has made up its mind. Voting done, countdown to verdict. Time for a triple-engine Sarkar. Is BMC still Thackeray territory? Will Congress turn out to be spoiler? Who will be the boss of Mumbai?
Good morning, hello and welcome. It's the first big counting day in elections in 2026. The Brihan Mumbai Corporation, the BMC, India's largest and richest civic body with more than a 76,000 crore budget. In fact, the richest civic body in Asia is electing its corporators and a new government possibly that will head the Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Not just Mumbai, 29 cities across India's second most populous and important Lok Sabha state of Maharashtra are going to the polls will count today. Mumbai, Nagpur, Pune, across Maharashtra, this will be an election looked at very closely because it's an election that will determine, is the BJP undoubtedly now Maharashtra's party number one? As the Thackeray brand got diluted, is the Shiv Sena on the back foot? And as the Congress, once the power engine of Maharashtra, now been reduced to a backroom number? Lots to look forward to on our special coverage. My colleague Preeti Chaudhary will take you in a moment through all the big headlines that we have. But the big breaking news that we are getting at the moment is counting has begun for the BMC elections. 46 wards, counting has begun for the BMC elections, and the final voter turnout is 52.9%. So the big breaking news at the moment, the counting has begun, the boxes are being opened, but it's a unique way of counting. 46 wards at a time, 227 wards, remember, across Mumbai. 23 counting centers will have 2 wards each. They will finish 46 and then move to the next 46. So it's a T20 match, but with a twist. First, the headlines. Counting begins for the crucial BMC elections. Axis, My India and all exit polls predict a clear victory for the Mahayuti led by the BJP. According to the polls, the Thackeray brothers have fallen behind. The Congress is expected to be a marginal player. Ahead of the Tamil Nadu polls, India Today speaks exclusively to AIDMK General Secretary Palaniswamy. He claims that there is no Vijay factor in the forthcoming Tamil Nadu elections. Update on the deadly Air India crash. Pilot Sabarwal's nephew is said to be questioned by the crash probe authorities. Pilot's body condemns the move, says why harass the family of a deceased pilot. International Monetary Fund gives a thumbs up to India's growth, says strong consumption has pushed GDP figures better than expected. BJP mocks Rahul Gandhi's dead economy jibe. Amidst rising US-Venezuela tensions, Venezuela's opposition leader Maria Machado presents a Nobel Peace Prize to Trump. Trump confirms possession of the medal. Amidst US-Iran unrest, US says Iran halts 800 planned executions after the Trump warning. Trump had warned Iran of grave consequences of its violent protests in Tehran. Okay, counting has begun for the crucial Mumbai Municipal Corporation polls, and the Election Commission figures are finally out. The final turnout is 52.94%. Remember, it was 55.53% in 2017. So there is a dip in voting percentage. For all the enthusiasm that was reflected on TV screens, it's not translated necessarily into Mumbaikars, many of whom seem to have taken a long weekend off. They started on Thursday with the voting. Today, Friday, is the counting. A 4-day weekend has meant many Mumbaikars seemingly have not voted as strongly as one expected. Okay, let me first go straight to the counting, because as I said, it's a unique way of counting. 46 wards at a time, over 23 counting centers, 2 wards effectively will carry on. So don't get carried away by the initial numbers. They may not necessarily give you a true picture of what is happening. The initial numbers, remember, show the BJP now leading in 12, the UBT led alliance in 6, the Congress in nil, the NCP in and that's the Ajit Pawar faction. Pune also important. The BJP, remember, is contesting there against Ajit Pawar. The first 2 leads are for the BJP. Okay, joining us now, Vidya from Wilson College. Omkar Wable is joining us from Pune. And Dipesh Tripathi is joining us from Dadar. But first you, Vidya, you're at my old college, Wilson College there. Just give us a sense of how this counting is going to take place. 2 wards per counting center. Which are the wards, for example, where you are standing at the moment, and how long is this process going to take?
Well, there are not many, unlike the parliamentary or the assembly elections, the vote, the voting percentage is also very low in South Mumbai, where I'm standing right now. Compared to many other years also, the South Mumbai area was very consistent in, giving out a very low voting percentage, and it's not much that the Election Commission is expecting that will take too long. In fact, right now at Wilson College, there are about 10 wards that they have started with, but 2 at a time will be picked up, and then further on counting will begin. Right now, even the party workers are still actually coming in, so counting hasn't really, immediately begun. But yes, it will start any time now. But the postal ballots will be the first ones that will be picked up, and then it will be for the EVMs and the VVPATs, the EVMs that will be counted. So certainly at this point, it will take a little while. But the State Election Commission very clear that it's not going to take too long for the polling results to start coming in.
Okay. Interesting. Remember, Preeti, the average size of a Mumbai ward is about 50,000. If we estimate that the voting percentage has been less than, just over 50%, that means you've actually got 25 to 27,000 people who voted per ward. Assume it's a multi-cornered contest. It means that the winner really needs effectively 8 to 10,000 votes to win. And that's why the margins will be low. But it also means that you really don't need a large number of voters to win the election. You get 10,000 votes, you're through. And that's why cash has played an important role. The fact is, people may deny it, but the truth of the matter is there is a huge premium on cash in a corporation election. But the early leads confirm what the exit polls are saying. BJP takes the early lead. Raj and Uddhav, their alliance is lagging behind. And this could be a decisive day in that sense in the history of the Shiv Sena. They haven't lost the BMC for 30 years. There was a brief period in the early 90s where the Congress was in power. But this is where the Shiv Sena built its citadel and then expanded across Maharashtra.
Well, you're right there, Rajdeep, because if the exit poll numbers hold and if these early leads continue way forward till about 12 noon, then you're looking at a tectonic shift where Mumbai politics is concerned. Rajdeep, even at the height of the united Shiv Sena, they've never quite crossed 100 wards. Do you see the BJP doing that today? Because that would be big, emerge as the single largest party if these numbers hold.
That's right. They came very close last time. They won 84 seats.
82.
The BJP won 82. The Shiv Sena won 84. But remember, that was a united Shiv Sena. This is now a Shiv Sena which is broken down. For me, the real interest is, and I think this is significant, 227 wards. There are 144 wards where Maharashtrians are more than 40%. I know that North Indians call them Marathis. For God's sake, don't call them Marathis. We are Maharashtrians. So 144 wards. The BJP, the Shiv Sena has dominated these wards in the past. Of the 84 corporators they had, 79 were Maharashtrians. So it's been a very strong Marathi-dominated party. The fact at the end of the day is there are 35 seats the Shiv Sena has not lost in the last 40 years. So it starts in a way with plus 35. There are 35 seats the BJP has now won in the last two consecutive, certainly in 2017 and reflected in Vidhan Sabha. Remember in 2012 corporation election, BJP had only won 31. Since then, there are about 35 seats, mainly Gujarati, North Indian dominated, that the BJP hasn't lost. So that's 35 plus 35 becomes 70. There are about 35 seats Muslim dominated, where neither the Shiv Sena nor the BJP have had an impact. So you're actually talking of an election for 122 seats. And whoever wins a majority of those 122 seats wins the election. And that's where I think the BJP has concentrated on breaking the Marathi vote bank of the Shiv Sena, and at the same time consolidated itself in North Indian and Gujarati pockets. So I think the BJP has calculated how to win an election. The Shiv Sena needs 75% of the Maharashtrian dominated seats to win this election.
Rajdeep, something that I'd be also watching very closely is very interesting because, it's come down to an astitva ki ladai where the Thackerays are concerned. They came on the plank of Marathi Asmita. Many would suggest more for survival than strategy. Those 85 wards, Rajdeep, where you have UBT Shiv Sena, MNS facing off with an Eknath Shinde, because back in 2017, it was a united Shiv Sena. Of course, the influence of Eknath Shinde in these areas is lesser. But with what exit poll data seems to suggest that the BJP and Eknath Shinde have made inroads.
Yes, what will be interesting to see, there are 68 seats. 68 seats where there is a direct contest between UBT and UBT Sena and Shinde Sena. Those seats are interesting. Will the BJP voter easily transfer to the Eknath Shinde Sena? Possibly. Will the Eknath Shinde Sena voter transfer his vote as easily or her vote as easily to the BJP? If there is a perfect transfer, then our exit polls will be proven spot on. And I think the BJP-led alliance...
What's your hunch?
My hunch is the BJP has prepared far better than the other side for the election. And local elections are based on your preparation at the ground, the last mile connectivity. Cash is one part of it, but it's also your connect. Remember, 54 of the corporators of the Shiv Sena out of the 84 who won have switched and joined the Shinde Sena. And these are people who have a strong local connect. So it's all very well to talk of Astitva, Marathi identity. You can sit in Shivaji Park and make those speeches. You have to translate it into the ground on your last mile connectivity. Just one last word. Pune is equally important because for the Pawars, this has been their bastion. Just as Shiv Sena bastion has been Mumbai, for the Pawars, Pune, Pimpri, Chinswad has been their bastion. And therefore, I think what happens in Pune is important. The first leads are going to the BJP in Pune. So if Pune also goes along with Mumbai, I think the BJP establishes its dominance in the two brand families of Maharashtra, Pawars and Thackerays, could both be facing a setback today. Omkar Vable is joining me from a counting center in Pune. Mustafa Sheikh is at Matoshri, that's the residence of Uddhav Thackray. Ritvik Bhalekar is outside Raj Thackeray's house. And I can tell you, Raj Thackeray's house has got bigger over the years, even as his vote bank has got smaller. If you go and see his house, it's even more grand than I remember 20 years ago. House has become bigger, his vote has shrunk. That's another story. But Omkar Vable in Pune, am I right to say this is a real test for Sharad Pawar, Ajit Pawar coming together?
Exactly, it is battle. It is battle of existence in the Pawar, especially when it comes to Pune and the western region of Maharashtra. So after the split, I mean after the 2 years of gap, both factions came together for the first time. It is not about a political reconciliation. It is all about the family reconciliation, and that could lead to a party merger, and that. The local body election is the exact occasion, so they tried to come together, they sit together, they had meetings, and finally Pune and PCMC, I mean Pimpri-Chinchwad Municipal Corporation, they set the new pattern that they'll contest elections together to retain their existence, to retain their actual vote share, and to retain the power in the politics. So that is why there are PMC election is on stake for even for the Pawars and for the BJP. In the last election, BJP surprisingly mount up to 98 seats in the PMC elections, but now Ajit Pawar, the way Ajit Pawar has managed his patience game and the way he handled all seat sharing and everything, we can clearly say it's a cut-to-cut battle, and I must say it's a cutthroat battle in the Pune right now.
You know, it's quite amusing. These are all parties which have tied up Preeti in Mantralaya. Ajit Pawar and BJP are partners in Mantralaya, and they are at daggers drawn. Ajit Pawar is accusing BJP of corruption.
Exactly.
BJP is accusing Ajit Pawar of corruption in the local elections. So local elections very different from the wider picture.
Well, let's cut across, Rajdeep. Dipesh Tripathi from Dadar there, as well as Mustafa joining us from Matoshri. Mustafa, till about early this morning as well, you had both the Uddhav Thackeray Sena and even the MNS come out with where is the voting percentage. You know, it was supposed to be between 46% to 50%. Then the voting percentage is now out, even though the issue of the ink which was used or the markers that were used for voting, all of that still being, you know, put forth by, still being spoken of, where at least the Uddhav Sena is concerned. But for the Thackerays, it is important, Mustafa. And if you look at least with the numbers that have been projected by Access My India, it does seem that they haven't been able to consolidate the Marathi vote as much as they had hoped to, but have seen a fierce counter consolidation as well. It doesn't look good in terms of numbers, though. And even if you look at what we are seeing, the early leads in wards, BJP in Mumbai at 25 and UBT Sena at 20. Mustafa.
Okay, let's go to Divesh, who joins us. Divesh, where are you and what are you picking up at the moment?
Well, Rajdeep, I am in Thane at the residence of Deputy CM Eknath Shinde, and what we are hearing from Thane is that Eknath Shinde, despite the voting that happened till 5:30 p.m. yesterday, Eknath Shinde was holding meetings with multiple karyakartas, multiple supporters, party workers, and also party supporters in Mumbai. He travelled to Mumbai. From Thane, he travelled to Mumbai, met his supporters over there, met his workers over there. Then he came back to Thane, and till late evening, or we can say till wee hours, he was in Navi Mumbai as well. He again travelled to Navi Mumbai and held meetings with his workers. So, other than focusing on Mumbai, Thane is the bastion of Eknath Shinde. It is his home ground. So, he's working in Thane as well. But the focus is also on Mumbai BMC polls, which went for polls yesterday, and also
I'll come to you in a moment, because I think we need to explain. We need to explain to our viewers why Thane, Kalyan, Dombivli are also important. These are all areas near Mumbai. These are areas dominated by the Shinde family. And the early trends here are showing the BJP is again proving to be a force. For example, Kalyan Dombivli, BJP is leading in 14, Shiv Sena in 6. So the BJP, even in areas where the Shinde family is sees it as their bastion, is doing rather well. In Pimpri Chinchwad, which has been the bastion of Ajit Pawar for the longest time, even there the BJP at the moment is leading. In Pune, for example, BJP leading in 24, Rashtravadi, that's the two Pawar, the two NCPs are leading in 14. BJP in 8 at the moment in Pimpri Chinchwad, and Ajit Pawar and Sharad Pawar are in 6. So what the early trends are showing is across Maharashtra, not just in Mumbai. Mumbai, the BJP has taken a lead, but it's a close lead, 31 plays 23. And remember, when you look at 31, the BJP on its own ideally would like to cross 100, because then it calls the shots.
Then it gets their own mayor, finally in the
I
saddle.
think it will. You see, once, Preeti, if this alliance crosses 114, BJP is not going to do any favors this time to Eknath Shinde and give them the mayorship. But if they are below 100 and Eknath Shinde does very well, also gets about, say, 40 seats, then Eknath Shinde also can claim, look, without me, nothing can happen in the BMC. So I think it's important to recognize that this is not just a battle as to who is, which alliance wins, but which party dominates Maharashtra and Mumbai in particular. As of now, if these numbers were to hold, and these are very early trends, but with low voter turnout, the counting will be fast. 31 plays 23, Congress leading in 3. And there has been this huge question mark. Could the Congress have tied up as part of a wider alliance? How would that make a difference? But we've got Manish Dabade joining us. Manish is with JNU, but he tracks Maharashtra. He runs a very good group of Maharashtrians in Delhi. We are in very short supply in this city. And Rajat Sethi joins us, who has been tracking politics and has worked closely with BJP in the past. What are you both looking forward to most today, very quickly? Manish, what are you going to anticipate most, look at most closely?
I think it was expected across media circles and about, amongst the political punditry, that somehow the Thackeray brothers coming together has added fizz to the BMC elections, and it would really take a turn. But what we are essentially seeing now is Lotus is going to bloom in the BMC, the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, and for reasons obviously is about Hindutva plus development. I think that is the plank and the whole promise of triple engine Sarkar. I think that is really going to make, and we are seeing that in exit polls, but I'm sure with the final election tally, we are heading in that direction.
So you're looking at whether the Thackeray brand can survive this BJP sort of triple engine in a way. Rajat, what are you most looking forward to?
Well, Rajdeep, there is a reason why India Today is doing a full-fledged show on this corporation election. And I believe whatever the results are, it is bound to have some impact on the overall politics of Maharashtra, whichever way it goes. Even if it is a very trivial result of BJP winning all across. Ajit Pawar's legitimacy to stay in power will be questioned if he loses Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad, because what else does he bring to the table? If Uddhav Thackeray can do an upset, like hypothetically if he can do, that is going to energize the opposition base remarkably. But if he loses, his credibility gets questioned. What happens to Shinde if he is not able to hold on to his own fort effectively? That also will have impacts and repercussions around what kind of power sharing balance remains between the parties in the Mahayuti. So net, I see this result, whichever way it goes, it is extremely important, and this is why not just India Today, there are so many stakeholders and political commentators very, very keenly looking at it, because if BJP is able to win all across, it will cement this completely numero uno position, which will be very hard for any other party to then challenge in the near future. I also don't see Sharad Pawar with his ailing health. He's about to retire. Then the mantle is going to get distributed between, even if they come together, between Supriya Sule on one side and Ajit Pawar on the other side. I mean, if they lose Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad, what is left for them, politically speaking? So
when I look across, Preeti, at the moment, there's not a single, there are 29, remember, it's not just Mumbai, there are 29 municipal corporations across Maharashtra, and I don't see a single one at the moment where the opposition is leading. Not one across Maharashtra. The closer fights are in Vidarbha, where in places like Amravati, you've got the Congress doing reasonably well. But across Maharashtra, what you're seeing is the BJP emerging clearly as party number one. look at these numbers. BJP plus 28, UBT, MNS 23 and Congress 5. Add the two, it's 28 each. I don't think that's going to last for very long. But in these early trends, you know that Mumbai is at least seeing a tough fight. Across Maharashtra though, BJP emerging as party number one. Huge lead in Pune at the moment. So in Pune in particular, BJP becoming very, very dominant. Ajit Pawar reduced increasingly to Pimpri Chinchwad.
Well, you're right there. And Rajdeep, if you just focus right now back where Mumbai is concerned, that whole, if these numbers hold and if this is what is going down, then the whole pitch of Marathi versus outsiders is over. Because even where the Marathi voters are concerned, there is a huge chunk which is buying into the BJP's Marathi Hindutva nationalist image, and also a young Marathi voter who looks at possibly a Devendra Fadnavis and looks at him as an aspirational figure and what he provides.
Absolutely
or
right.
there is a class divide, that you have the upper class Marathi who's voting for the BJP and the the lower classes that are going in with the Uddhav Thackeray, where the same regional pride is concerned.
I think it's more than class, it's generational. You know, I grew up, you meet my mother. My mother grew up in the era of the Thackeray. She went for the 1967 meeting which Bal Thackeray had at Shiva. You know, these are the Maharashtrians who went, the middle class Maharashtrians who knew Balasaheb Thackeray in a way. The next generation of Maharashtrians has no connect with Balasaheb Thackeray and the politics in a way of Marathi
It
Asmita.
also questions, no, Rajdeep, that the brand in itself of Balasaheb Thackeray is not relevant anymore.
You have to reinvigorate it. You have to
Reinvent it.
You have to reinvent it, align yourself to new aspirations, as you called it. All of that has to happen. But just to put a point, again a data point, when Maharashtra in 1960, Samyukta Maharashtra movement, and you had a separate state of Maharashtra, Mumbai had roughly around a 50% Maharashtrian population. When we looked at it after 2011 and Pradeep Gupta of Axis looked at it, the general belief is the numbers have come down to about 35 to 37%. So we have come down by about 13%. Some believe it's even lower now because many Maharashtrians cannot afford to live in Mumbai. They go to the distant suburbs, to Mira Bhayandar, to Kalyan, to Ulhasnagar, to Dombivli. They move out of the city. So the city has ceased to be, it was never a pure Maharashtrian city. It's not like Chennai, which had...
Demography has changed.
It's been a cosmopolitan city, but the demography has changed because North Indians have come in large. The biggest wave of migration to Mumbai in the last 25 years has been North Indians. They are roughly 22 to 24%. That's a large amount. You can't win an election in Mumbai or become the largest party on your own without getting a substantial chunk of North Indian voters. And that's not happening to the Shiv Sena because Raj Thackeray becomes a double-edged sword.
They didn't help their cause. Because look at the last three rallies that they did. The two especially, one in Thane and the other one in Shivaji Park. Rajdeep, what was the need of bringing in the Lungi Pungi jibe, which was, way back used by Balasaheb Thackeray? Here you antagonize a section of the South Indians, and it's showing right now in the Access My India data poll.
Look,
what's the need of that?
No, it's a double-edged sword. At one level, I want to enthuse and consolidate my Maharashtrian identity. I have to say it. Please, there is Raj Thackeray. Once you have Raj Thackeray on your side, you have to be prepared for him to unleash these kind of jibes. That's been his politics. The point is...
But is that politics outdated now?
Preeti, in Lok Sabha, look at how our memories are. Lok Sabha 2024, Maha Vikas Agadi of UBT, Congress and other allies won 4 of the 6 Lok Sabha seats and they lost the other one by a few hundred votes after several recounts. So they effectively almost won 5 out of 6. Now less than 2 years later, you are looking at how things are changing. The Mamu combination, I call it the Mahmud, Marathi, Muslim, Dalit. We often ignore the Dalit factor. You bring all these 3 together, you have more than half a chance. The Dalits, where have they gone? Vanchit Bahujan Agadi or Prakash Ambedkar is with Congress. But they don't at the moment have the kind of grassroots network needed. The Maharashtrians are split wide open. Eknath Shinde is taking some votes. BJP is taking some votes. And the Muslims also have other options at the local level. So you have the Mahmud combination being fragmented and the BJP consolidation. Simple arithmetic. Politics, Preeti, is about arithmetic and chemistry. I don't know what is the chemistry still between Raj Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray, frankly. Uddhav Thackeray speaks of an inclusive me Mumbaikar and Raj Thackeray says, "Nahi, South Indian lungi pungi, his reputation is the guy who's bashed up North Indians." So I think this opposition post 2024 has committed one self-goal after the other. The BJP has learned from its mistakes. That is the reality, and you may well find it even though the numbers at the moment suggest a close contest. 25 for the BJP, 19 for the UBT. Daniel Francis is joining us, our fifth pillar advisory. He is also among the many mushrooming political analysts. He works closely with the Eknath Shinde group. Daniel, am I right to say that you believe that it's the wrong choice made to go along with the Raj Thackeray instead of the Congress?
You're on mute, Daniel.
Mute.
I'm just muting. No, it was not a wrong choice or right choice. It was a choice which was made out of compulsion. After failing to build a counter narrative to BJP, coming with Congress and other parties, the Uddhav Thackeray Sena did understand that it was just not enough. They wanted to go back to the drawing board, but they went without Hindutva. They went without, the Marathi Asmita in a way that they should have gone. Also, a lot of water has flown under the bridge. A lot of changes in Mumbai, and the politics, like the fact that they were saying, Mumbai will be broken from Maharashtra, and this is a dark hour.
No, but Daniel Francis, let me challenge you. What is the political necessity? Raj Thackeray is a single-digit party, 7% vote last time. He didn't win a single seat also in the Vidhan Sabha. Congress is a 13% party in Mumbai itself. Congress gets you the additional votes that you need, especially the Muslim consolidation, possibly a Dalit consolidation. Why not? It is a self-goal to go with the Raj Thackeray.
I'll tell you something. Congress party in Mumbai said, we are not going to do an alliance with the UBT because you are with MNS. But on the other side in Pune, they are in alliance with UBT and MNS.
Daniel,
that's
Ramesh
a good point.
Chenithala.
You see, that's a good point. You see, this is the kind of problem. The Congress said we are not. He's absolutely right. Congress said we are not going with the UBT because of MNS in Mumbai, but you are doing tacit alliances in Nashik and
Rajdeep,
in
Ramesh
Pune.
Chenithala said no, that the reason they are not going with the UBT is that their vote transfers, but UBT's votes never transfers. It's a one-way street, and they need to build their own party.
You see, build your own party, then you have to start. The Congress, Preeti, you will be surprised, did not even have enough candidates.
True, I agree.
They had to take these Vanchit Bahujan Agadi because they did not have candidates in parts of Mumbai. You see, the Congress is like as you said, Shiv Sena is living in the age of Banasaheb Thackeray. Congress is also living ki hum raja hain aur baki sab hamare saath aaye. Arey, aap kahan raja hai? You are an emperor today whose clothes have long gone in Mumbai. So the fact is the Congress also had to be politics. The BJP is a realistic party. They decided ki mere ko ye Marathi vote bank break karna hai, go with Eknath Shinde. That's the BJP's politics. They have look at the BJP, they are fighting.
But they're doing it on their own, Rajdeep. The BJP Delhi doesn't need Eknath Shinde, they're doing it on their own. And you look at what happened even in 2017. They made inroads in the Marathi voter base, and they're seemingly doing it on their own this time if they do it.
I disagree. The BJP needs Eknath Shinde. The fact is,
I'm talking about Mumbai.
Even in Mumbai, because otherwise the Marathi vote bank would be fully consolidated with the Senas. BJP does Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed. In Kalyan, Dombivli and Ambernath, look at what the BJP is doing.
Kalyan is different than Mumbai, no?
No, 1 minute. Ambernath, for example. BJP was tying up at the local level with the Congress. BJP is ready to do whatever it takes. Congress is saying, nahi, humko apna organization build up. Please do it. But you don't even have enough candidates. So I'm just trying to say that I think in the politics that we are seeing at the moment, the BJP is a far more clever, robust, resourceful, ruthless party. These words are used carefully because they have various implications. But the truth of the matter is the BJP knows now how to fight elections. I think the Congress just doesn't. Yes, Rajat.
This is an important point that you're raising, and you need to diagnose what is the reason why Congress is not having enough candidates. It's not like there aren't enough people who want to contest the corporation election. The fundamental problem that both Uddhav Thackeray and Congress party have is there is no central rallying point around their ideology. What do you stand for? It is so fuzzy. It is so confusing that a common person, I mean, not everybody is a philosopher out there who's going out and contesting elections. You need to have a clear message, one-liner message. Even when startups pitch to VCs, they need to have their story in one sentence. Does Congress have their sentence ready?
Okay.
The problem is confusion in their ideology.
Very quickly, Manish.
No, coming to Thackerays, I mean, what sort of Thackeray brand they're talking about? Look at Hindutva. I mean, are they really champions of Hindutva now? So, I mean, Hindu Hriday Samrat. I mean, he was the original Bal Sahib Thackeray. So, I mean, BJP was also making this point that, I mean, what sort of Shiv Sena this is? I mean, the real legacy, I mean, it is only Bala Sahib Thackeray who was really the...
So even the Marathi community members who feel more towards the Hindutva cause, rest towards the regional cause, have gone to the BJP. Shaina NC, national spokesperson Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde joins us. Shaina NC, it's looking good right now. All across Maharashtra, 29 municipalities are going to vote if you look at the numbers now. But Shaina NC, there are layers within layers. There are also those 85 seats where 69 of them is where Uddhav Thackeray is taking on Eknath Shinde. It would be important on what comes to that as well.
Let me please say that first, a big thank you to the people of Maharashtra and Mumbai for reposing faith in the Shiv Sena. Our leader, Eknath Shinde, has tirelessly worked on ground. And I think the biggest takeaway in this election is those who choose to work from home have been given the mandate to stay at home and work from home for a long period of time. We have worked on ground. And as he always says that, he's dedicated to the common man and has conceptualized core issues on which work has already transcended. So whether it's a Khadde Mumbai, a pothole-free Mumbai, where 400 kilometers in phase 1 and phase 2 have been done, or a sewage treatment plant, which despite having 74,000 crores in the BMC, we have not even been able to get this basic facility for us. We talk about pollution, Gen Z. The most important issue today is how to fight and combat pollution. Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde have announced a 17,000 crore package for green initiatives, 5,000 electric buses, 435 kilometers of metro connectivity, which reduce carbon emissions. So these are the issues that have resonated with the people. And those who kept talking about Marathi Manus, Marathi Asmita, Marathi Abhiman, they have not done anything. Forget giving even an Abhijat Darja to the people of Maharashtra. That has been done by Devendra Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde. And our leader, Eknath Shinde, has made sure the Girni Kamgar, the people who lived and resided in BDD Chaul, the people who wanted 17,000 homes in Ramabai Nagar, this is all reality for the sons of the soils and the Bhumi Putras. So
it's very nice that, ma'am, every time I meet a Shiv Sena spokesperson, whether it is UBT or Shinde Sena, 30 years you are running Mumbai. I am glad that in 2026 you are finally waking up to the real issues. 30 years to malai bahut kiya tum logon ne. All your assets, look at the assets of all your corporators. Increase manifold. 5 crore people who had 5 crore assets now have 50 crore assets. Now you are remembering e-buses. I am glad. Look at the quality of BST buses. What have you done for BST all these years when you all were in power? So let us, ma'am, I hope that you will do what you all say. But let's not only say that suddenly you have suddenly discovered Mumbai. I feel very strongly. You have done nothing for the urban renewal of the city for 30 years. Now you have woken up.
You have invited me. Let me complete my say. You are a seasoned politician and you have seen the transformation in Mumbai.
He's a journalist.
But I'm okay. You can call me that also. On Mumbai, I am.
But look at the speed at which projects are being completed. You've probably forgotten when the Ubata wasn't in power in BMC, 26 contractors were sent to jail. You had the Miti River desilting scam. You had a khichdi scam. You had products which were during COVID, which should have cost you 400 and 600 rupees. You paid 6,000 rupees.
All the funds of the BMC in the last 3 years have only gone to your MLAs and your councillors.
Look,
you run the BMC as your private fiefdom. Please show me why are the roads still potholed? Why are the roads still potholed in internal Mumbai? You show me the coastal road, very nice. Please come with me inside Andheri. I'll take you inside Andheri, pothole after pothole.
Phase 1 and phase 2 of 400 kilometers of roads with utility ducts and utility tunnels. The challenge is Herculean. We have 1,224 kilometers of road in Mumbai. This is just the start. April 2026, 750 kilometers, completely concrete with utility ducts and tunnels. Is that not a step in the right direction? Is that not work in progress? Is that not transparent practices?
China and see, okay, truly, hand on heart, tell us one thing. If it is going the way it is, it seems that you are poised for a big win. But it'll also come down to who is in the saddle where the mayor is concerned. The BJP is not going to be very kind this time to allow you to do that. So what are you looking at? That you do really well and the BJP does reasonably well and you both can come
Look, Preeti, in all honesty, the mayor has to be that of the Mahayuti. That has been the mandate from day one. A Marathi Manus, somebody who is a Hindu and whose heart beats for Mumbai. As we say in Marathi, Mumbai Maji Ladki. And in Ladki Made, Eknathji Shinde has given 63 women candidates out of 90, as have BJP too.
Yeah, no,
So
the women factor is an important factor.
And fills all these slots.
I take your point. I think viewers need to know 50% of the seats are reserved for women, and
yes, but over and above,
the government has made an effort to target that voter. But meanwhile, Sanjay Raut is speaking of the Shiv Sena UBT, and he's claiming the polls are fixed now. We are barely 45 minutes into the counting. He already says polls are fixed. It seems that it's an admission of defeat. Listen in.
जो वोटिंग पैटर्न चलाया सरकार ने, ये बेहद गंभीर बात है। हजारों लोगों के नाम गायब रहे जिसने विधानसभा में वोट किया है, और ऐसे एरिया से गायब हो गए जहां शिवसेना को या महाराष्ट्र नवनिर्माण सेना को या कांग्रेस को वोट हुए, वहां से हजारों लोगों के नाम गायब हो गए हैं। ये पहली बात। दूसरी बात, ईवीएम मशीन बार बार बंद होती रही बहुत से प्रभागों में। जहां राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस को बटन दबाया गया है, वहां कमल के ऊपर लाइट ऑन होती है। वैसा मशाल का हो गया, वैसा इंजन का हो गया, और चुनाव आयोग के जो लोग हैं उस हमारी शिकायत सुनने को तैयार नहीं।
Okay, Dr. Shoaib Hashmi, Shiv Sena UBT leaders with us. Mohan Singh Saini, General Secretary, Mumbai Congress. First, let's go to Shoaib Hashmi. Shoaib Hashmi, you are already... let's go first to Mohan Singh Saini of the Congress. Mohan Singh ji, Congress at the moment with the VBL leading in just 3. You all did so well in Lok Sabha. Look at what is happening now in the corporation election. Do you think that you all should have gone with the UBT-MNS alliance? Unless you had a wider alliance, आप BJP को हरा नहीं सकते.
Good morning, Rajiv. Thank you for having me on the show. First, let me tell you, it was Uddhav Thackeray who took the lead in having alliance with the MNS at the first place. Had he initiated talks with the Congress at the first place, he would have waited for an alliance with the MNS. And secondly, you are talking of a wider alliance. I am talking on the issues with which Congress went to the polls. You see BJP and Shiv Sena talking of the development issues. And the very first meeting BJP took, they started with Khan mayor or Hindu mayor, and all the issues went to the back burner, and the only issue which took the center stage with the media highlighting the same was who will be the next mayor of Mumbai. There are ample issues, there are pollution issues.
No, but the fact is, sir, I take your point that you are claiming that you could not possibly be with the MNS in a way, or presumably you don't want to play the politics of religious identity. Aniket Nikam, you want to respond to that? Your BJP city president's first rally, choose between a Khan mayor or a Hindu mayor. Isn't that playing the politics of religious polarization? What was the need to say that?
You're on mute, Aniket.
You're on mute. Aniket, go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
So first of all, Rajiv ji, we have to know this, that Devendra ji, when he campaigned for this election, he categorically said that we are going to speak on development, we are going to speak on the progress that we have done in city or in other municipal corporation areas where the elections are being conducted. So the Chunavi Mudda was Vikas. And
no, that is the Mudda for Devendra Fadnavis. For Mr. Satam, the mudda was Khan
let me
Mayor.
just
This is
complete.
the BJP is all things to all people. आप सबके लिए, सब किसी के लिए बर्फी, किसी के लिए पेड़ा, किसी के लिए जलेबी, all on the table.
विकास का मुद्दा लेकर के भारतीय जनता पार्टी और महायुति ने ये चुनाव साथ में लड़ा है. नंबर 1. Number 2, secondly, constantly, even the BJP chief Amit Satam ji said that this is a ladai of Hindutva. And for Hindutva, for us, it is all inclusive. And we were very clear. The way Thackeray's projected Marathi Asmita, BJP kept two things in focus. One is Vikas and second is Hindutva. Now, as far as Vikas is concerned, if you have heard just Mr. Fadnavis ji's speech at Shivaji Park, he categorically spoke about the progress, about the development that the BJP and the alliance has brought in this city. And to counter the concern of Thackeray's as far as Marathi Asmita is concerned, if we see for 25 years, Thackeray's were ruling BMC. What did they do for Marathi Manus? And I myself campaigned in Mumbai, in and around Mumbai, and even Marathi Manus was not with Thackeray's really. Because what Marathi Manus
but you were in partnership with BJP. You were in partnership with Shiv Sena. No, you are saying that what did the Shiv Sena do for the Marathi Manus all these years? You were their main ally. What were you doing?
No, in BMC, if you see, Thackeray's were the one who were controlling BMC. Standing committee controlled by Thackeray's. Everything was controlled by Thackeray's as far as BMC is concerned from past 25 years. Even during campaign, our leaders categorically spoke about, the kind of roads that they have brought in. If you see Coastal Road, if you see Atal Setu, if you see the metro, the condition overall, and they spoke only on Vikas, that's it.
Okay, so you don't want to raise the Khan mayor. Good, I hope that happens. When you get your mayor, he will also only speak of Vikas and not Hindu-Muslim. But Avinash Adik is joining us, spokesperson NCP Ajit Pawar. Mr. Adik, when I look at the numbers at the moment, as of now in Pune, the BJP has taken a clear lead. Despite the fact that you all have come together, Sharad Pawar, Ajit Pawar, they are 42, you are just 16. Even in Pimpri-Chinchwad, which Ajit Pawar has dominated, it's a very close run race. In fact, the only place where, interestingly, Preeti, opposition is leading is the Thakur brothers in Vasai Virar. These are the dons in a way, you can call them the strongmen of Vasai Virar, a distant suburb which used to once be about banana cultivators. Now it has become a real estate contractor Raj, which is all true of much of Maharashtra. But Mr. Adik, these are not good numbers for you. You are also struggling. Even going with Sharad Pawar has not helped you.
Good morning, Rajdeep. Good morning, Preeti. Good morning to all the panelists. Yes, these results seem a little discomforting at the moment. But let's wait for some more results to come in. We are sure to gain in the other wards which are yet to show the numbers here. Even in Mumbai, most of the wards that we have been fighting, we'll see the counting commence a little after 1. So coming together with Pawar Sahib in Pune or Pimpri-Chinchwad, it was a plus. I think as time goes by and we come closer towards the conclusion, it will reflect in the numbers.
But Avinash Adik, with what you're speaking of, with Pune, Chinchwad, right now not doing well. But if these numbers hold, you're saying that it's going to change over time, but if these numbers hold, that does somewhere down the line dilute your political currency as your leader, as Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra.
No, we'll have to go in for some serious introspection because he had spearheaded the campaign there. We all saw that he was camped in Pune and Pimpri-Chinchwad. Those are our strong bases. So we will have to really revisit and have some serious introspection as to what has happened. Why what we anticipated has not turned out the way we wanted it to turn out to be.
But how do these results affect your alliance? Will it mean that maybe Devendra Fadnavis doesn't need an Ajit Pawar tomorrow? Ajit Pawar has been accusing, you all have been accusing the BJP in Pune of corruption. So you accuse the BJP of corruption in Pune, they accuse you of corruption in other parts of Maharashtra, but you sit together in Mantralaya and, if I may be allowed, have the malai of power. Whole thing is that in Maharashtra, sabse bada rupaiya or sabse badi satta. That is the truth.
When the elections come about, charges are hurled at one another. It started with the BJP accusing Ajit Dada of certain things, and Ajit Dada had to throw back some barbs at them. None of them reacted to what Ajit Dada's direct criticism was. Let's be honest. They did not react to what Ajit Dada said directly.
So these are not serious. When I accuse
these
my chief
elections will
minister's
not.
party as deputy chief minister of corruption, I'm not being serious. That is the problem. Public
It
has
was
got,
an
public is
accusation at the
disgusted.
local level. It was not an
Maharashtra public is
accusation towards the
disgusted with
chief
all of you.
minister. I'll be honest, Rajdeep. This will not affect the NDA alliance. It will not affect the governance at the state. Yes, the local issues are there. We will address them differently. Let us see how.
But Avinash Adik, a larger picture there. If these numbers hold once again, then it's complete dilution of brand Thackeray, the relevance of it. But that same question can be asked on brand Pawar and the relevance of brand Pawar in the Pune, Pimpri Chinchwad area. Then the BJP has taken that over as well.
We'll have to really look into this more deeply. I agree with what you're saying. Ajit Dada's ability to keep working 24/7. That is what makes him a little different from the Thackeray's. The Thackeray's don't really work 24/7. Everybody knows that.
Okay,
so we will understand what is actually happening at the grassroots.
Let me go to a Punekar or a Mumbaikar turned Punekar. Shankar Iyer joins me. Shankar has tracked Maharashtra politics for decades. Shankar, असं वाटतंय की पवारांचं जे वर्चस्व होतं ते पुण्यात पण संपतंय. It's ending in Pune. And you have nicely moved from Mumbai to Pune. Otherwise, Raj Thackeray would have targeted you also.
No, I was around in Mumbai even when Bal Thackeray was there. So let's not worry about that. I mean, we had our common jokes about who does what. And when he opened a shakha in Dharavi, I told him, Bal Thackeray, that, everybody has to recognize realities. So anyway, I mean, my point here is that I think, as they say in Pune, ghai karu nahi. We have to wait till just now I see about 60 out of 165 is being counted. So we don't know which territories are being counted.
What's your sense? Are you surprised, as someone who saw Maharashtra when the Congress was dominant, did you think a day would come 25, 30 years later where the BJP becomes so dominant?
I think that the ambition was always there, even when Pramod Mahajan and Dharamchand Chodia and all these people were there heading the Mumbai branch. The ambition was always there. What happened was, I think the BJP was under the shadow of Bal Thackeray for quite some time while he was around. And thereafter, it is sort of branched. And the new leadership of BJP is less reverent. It is like the cricket team, Rajdeep. All the new players are completely defiant about old records, old traditions, old stuff. And while on the metaphor of cricket, I sort of am amused every time the Eknath Shinde party or the BJP comments about the state of Mumbai and what has happened to it or what has not happened to it. They seem to say that the non-striker has no role in the score and only the batsman has a role in the score. This you can't run with the hare and hunt with the hounds all the time.
But Shankar Iyer, if I can just ask you one question. But the BJP seemingly has reinvented. Like you said, there are new players coming in, breaking the shackles from the old. But while the BJP is reinventing, you have the Thackerays that are recycling regional tropes, and that clearly is not working.
No, I mean, where do you go when you don't have ideas? You go back to history. So they have tried, this Lungi Pungi comment is actually an original Bal Thackeray comment. I mean, Shiv Sena came to power, as I had said earlier, because Vasant Dada Patil made this classic remark about we will not let go of Mumbai. And that's how Shiv Sena rose in Mumbai. I mean, these are things. I mean, the fact of the matter is that there are 24/7 politicians and there are 9 to 5 politicians. Let me not sort of get to name who is where. But this is what shows up. The BJP has tried everything, I mean, in the books to do and to win. The other people have shown up only once in a while when there is an election or there is a meeting. The only downside to this...
Shankar, I'm just going to stop you for a moment because now this vote chori allegation is gathering steam. You heard Sanjay Raut saying he believes elections are fixed. Uddhav Thackeray spoke yesterday about indelible ink and how the ink was being removed. Now Rahul Gandhi has also backed the vote chori claim. Rahul Gandhi has gone and made a comment that vote chori is happening. Look, Preeti, this is the problem. You see, I believe for one that there is no level playing field anymore.
Right.
Maybe there was never a level playing field, but that has got more accentuated, brazen. But vote chori is almost telling even those who voted, including for yourself, nahi, tumhara vote
Disrespecting the
nahi,
mandate.
it does not. You see, you can go on with your vote chori campaign. You have every right to raise these issues. But along with that, you have to also have your organization in place. And that has not happened.
But Rajdeep, can I tell you what will happen? If that Congress count goes from anywhere from 10 to 12, then the Congress will celebrate this as a huge win. Or a 15, they'll celebrate it as a win. They will celebrate it as a win. Then there's no vote chori. So where is the vote chori? Either you put your money where your mouth is. If you're so clear that the elections in this country are being stolen and being compromised, then you say you will not participate in that election. You go ahead, you campaign, you participate in that election, you say you're going to win all seats, you celebrate these seats, yet you say it's vote chori. It doesn't cut both ways.
Let me take it to our Congress panelist at the moment. We have Mr. Mohan Singh from the Congress. Mr. Singh, using words like vote chori while the counting is on, as Preeti says, if you feel so strongly, why don't you all give up why don't you all boycott the election? Then it means that you're taking some kind of a stand. But before Mohan Singh comes in, Daniel, opposition is claiming vote chori. You've been closely associated with Eknath Shinde. Kya chori ki aap logon ne?
No, see, as an independent thinker, I would also say that there are serious allegations in the way elections are conducted. Elections in India might be free, necessarily not be fair. Okay, the opposition plays its role, might be playing a role which is limited. It could play a more effective role, a more involved role. Media also has a role. Citizens also have a role to play. So, just because somebody is losing and making a charge that the vote chori has become an expression on the way elections are conducted. There were serious allegations in this election also. I think sometimes political parties also need to take these things more seriously. Election Commission needs to answer many questions.
Aniket Nikam,
let us be fair.
Was there? Let the
opposition.
BJP guest then answer. Aniket Nikam, Rahul Gandhi says vote chori in Mumbai. How do you respond? How does the BJP respond to this vote chori charge that is being made?
Rajdeep ji, I feel it is not really vote chori, it is mati chori of Congress, and they are all sore losers. Now, if you see, whenever in whichever state they win, there is no vote chori. Whichever state they lose, all of a sudden they start claiming vote chori. So instead of introspecting why they are losing constantly and continuously, and why their cadre is not as strong as they feel it is, they start blaming all these other reasons. Now BJP is a party which believes in organization.
Sir. If my ink is getting removed in 10 minutes, it's a problem. You cannot use a marker pen. And now the Election Commission has agreed to an inquiry. I mean, there must be some rules.
Rajdeep ji, even a Congress voter can claim to have voted again for Congress. Now that is for the Election Commission to look into. That's number one.
Look at money power. Look at the way, look at the allegations of money power that are being used. Cash is being found. Your own ally Shiv Sena in some places accused the BJP of using money power. You see, the Election Commission's role is coming under the scanner. You cannot deny that.
Rajdeep, as far as ink issue is concerned, certainly the Election Commission will look into it. But let me just say this, that merely because the ink is getting erased does not mean that all these voters that they are saying whose ink is being erased are of BJP. They could be Congress voters also.
Sure.
Be that as it may.
And they may not be duplicate voters. I agree with you. They may not be duplicate voters, but it is a serious... Ink is supposed to be indelible.
My ink is not being removed or erased. My ink is not erased. Now, if suppose the ink is getting erased, as far as some of the
Daniel, quickly respond. 30 seconds. Daniel, quickly respond to it.
As a concerned citizen, I would say something. Uncontested elections, even the Speaker of the Assembly, the way his conduct was in his assembly, giving members of his family tickets.
One by one, let Daniel finish.
No, let me talk, please. Let me talk. And the kind of, force that was used against an independent candidate in Kulaba, there are many such things, small things, that actually are not very encouraging. Election Commission, I would say, political parties are here to use all kind of forces to win an election. They are here to do that. Sam, dam, danda, bhed. My problem is with Election Commission. Why is Election Commission in a slumber? They should give the confidence to the people of this.
Okay, time out. Jago Election Commission, Jago is what Daniel is saying. You cannot be Kumbhakarna anymore. Let's take a break at this point. When we return, plenty more, Preeti. The number is 32-21, which is closer. Remember, this is the first lot of wards that are being counted. And as you move from region to region, you'll find Mumbai's wards change depending on which region is voting. The BJP strongholds, there are some Congress small pockets, and there are Shiv Sena strongholds. We'll wait and see. The next hour should give us a clear sense of which way the wind is blowing in Mumbai. It's clearly at the moment seeming that the lotus could be blooming. How will these results affect your alliance? Will it mean that maybe Devendra Fadnavis doesn't need an Ajit Pawar tomorrow? Ajit Pawar has been accusing, y'all have been accusing the BJP in Pune of corruption. So you accuse the BJP of corruption in Pune, they accuse you of corruption in other parts of Maharashtra, but you sit together in Mantralaya and, if I may be allowed, have the malai of power. Whole thing is that in Maharashtra, sabse bada rupaiya or sabse badi satta. That is the truth.
When the elections come about, charges are hurled at one another. It started with the BJP accusing Ajit Dada of certain things, and Ajit Dada had to throw back some barbs at them. None of them reacted to what Ajit Dada's direct criticism was. Let's be honest. They did not react to what Ajit Dada said directly.
So these are not serious. When I accuse my Chief Minister's party as Deputy Chief Minister of corruption, I am not being serious. That is the problem. Public is
an accusation at the local level. It was
Maharashtra public is disgusted with all of you.
I'll be honest, Rajdeep. This will not affect the NDA alliance. It will not affect the governance at the state. But yes, the local issues are there. We will address them differently. Let us see how.
Avinash Adik, a larger picture there. If these numbers hold once again, then it's complete dilution of brand Thackeray, the relevance of it. But that same question can be asked on brand Pawar and the relevance of brand Pawar in the Pune, Pimpri Chinchwad area. Then the BJP has taken that over as well.
We'll have to really look into this more deeply. I agree with what you're saying. Ajit Dada's ability to keep working 24/7, that is what makes him a little different from the Thackeray's. The Thackeray's don't really work 24/7. Everybody knows that.
Okay,
so we will understand what is actually happening at the grassroots.
Let me go to a Punekar or a Mumbaikar turned Punekar. Shankar Iyer joins me. Shankar has tracked Maharashtra politics for decades. Shankar, असं वाटतंय की पवारांचं जे वर्चस्व होतं ते पुण्यात पण संपतंय. It's ending in Pune. And you have nicely moved from Mumbai to Pune. Otherwise, Raj Thackeray would have targeted you also.
No, I was around in Mumbai even when Bal Thackeray was there. So let's not worry about that. I mean, we had our common jokes about who does what, and when he opened a
civic body, and it is a close fight in these early trends. As you can see, the BJP is ahead, but the Shiv Sena UBT MNS alliance is not completely wiped out, not just yet. But across Maharashtra, the Saffron surge is apparent. Big day then for Devendra Fadnavis. Preeti.
Mumbai ka King Khan, there'll be a definitive answer to that in just about an hour and a half to 2 hours. We'll at least know, because then results will be firming up. Right now, it seems to suggest early trends that you have the Mahayuti, BJP and Eknath Shinde poised to be in the saddle of the mayor of Mumbai. It's an important election. Many would suggest, why so much focus on the BMC? It's the richest municipality in India, if not in Asia. Its budget even more than a few states where India is concerned, and political importance is altogether a different thing. We're going to break it down, but first up, allow us to take you through the headlines. Counting underway in BMC polls, early trends show BJP in the lead. Thackeray is close behind. Uddhav Sena accuses BJP of vote malpractice.
Ahead of the Tamil Nadu polls, AIDMK General Secretary Palanisamy tells India Today Vijay is not a factor in the polls. The AIDMK will build on anti-incumbency.
Big update on deadly Air India crash. Pilot Sabharwal's nephew is set to be questioned by the crash probe authorities. Pilot body condemns move. Says why harass the family of a deceased pilot.
International Monetary Fund laurds India's growth, says strong consumption has pushed GDP figures better than expected. BJP mocks Rahul Gandhi's dead economy jibe.
And amidst US-Venezuela tensions, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado presents her Nobel Prize to Trump. Trump confirms possession of the medal.
And amidst US-Iran unrest, US says Iran halts 800 planned executions after the Trump warning. Trump had warned Iran of grave consequences amidst the violent protests in Tehran. Okay, as I said, early trends clearly showing a saffron surge across Maharashtra and Mumbai at the moment. The BJP Shiv Sena alliance leading in 28. The UBT MNS is leading in 15. That's the Thackeray brothers. The Congress leading in 2. So advantage BJP in the first lot of 46 wards. Remember, 46 wards will be counted in one lot. Total 227, halfway mark 114. Ritwik Bhalekar, our correspondent joining us from outside the BJP headquarters there. Is the BJP already celebrating, Ritwik, particularly with the exit polls also suggesting we could have a BJP mayor for the first time? Or are the numbers suggesting a slightly closer fight than was expected, than the one-sided race that the exit polls said?
Yes, absolutely. After the exit poll, we can see smiling faces in BJP, but they are still holding their horses, is what we can see at the headquarters of BJP in Mumbai, because the preparation for celebration is on its way. They have set the stage, they have set the LED screen out there. But the celebration has not yet begun, because what has been told is that until the figures are clearly out and after the trends, when it is officially announced, then only celebrations will be done, because the situation is too dicey. We can see even UBT, Sena and MNS are gaining from what they were expected to. But at the same time, we could also see that a major chunk of the seats are being grabbed by BJP and Shinde Sena all across the Mumbai. So yes, what we can see here is the stage is set for the celebration. Only the Bhagwa Chadar is being laid after the results are officially out, and maybe after in the second half of the day, big leaders like State President Ravindra Chavan, CM Devendra Fadnavis, Mumbai President Amit Satam, Minister Ashish Shelar would be coming here at the state headquarters, and they will be joining the celebration. But now the celebration is on its way, is what we can see, and every Karyakarta, every leader has been told that there will be no official celebration until the official numbers are out.
You know, it's very interesting. In this election campaign, Narendra Modi did not campaign, Amit Shah did not campaign, Yogi Adityanath did not campaign. The Trimurti, the three biggest campaigners of the BJP, the focus was on Devendra Fadnavis. So Preeti, if the results come the way they are, and Fadnavis has not just campaigned in Mumbai but across Maharashtra, gone to every municipal corporation. I think there's a hunger there to prove himself in this election as Neta number one. He doesn't want to be dependent on either Eknath Shinde or Ajit Pawar.
Is this the emergence now of Devendra Fadnavis as a more acceptable, more urban Marathi Manus face?
Absolutely.
Because, you know, it's completely, if you look at it from what was the tropes of Balasaheb Thackeray that had been recycled to a new person. I'm just trying to, if these numbers hold,
absolutely.
Is the acceptance of Devendra Fadnavis as the new Marathi Hriday Samrat?
No, I would say, I think what Devendra Fadnavis has very cleverly done, and there's a bit of the Modi trajectory in that. You are a strong Hindutva leader. If you saw his campaign in Vidhan Sabha, there was a strong Hindutva element.
Yes.
This time the element is very much Vikas and infrastructure man for urban Maharashtra.
Yes.
So you're trying to become all things to all people. I'm an infrastructure man, I'm also a Hindutva hero. There is similarities to how...
Marathi Manus.
And also a Marathi Manus, but I think, you know, it's very interesting. A 55-year-old Brahmin in a Maratha-dominated politics acquiring this number one status if these election results hold is significant. And I raised this in Neta Nagri on Lallan Top 6 months ago, or maybe even earlier. After Modi, who? This question is constantly asked. Devendra Fadnavis, 55 years. He's got another 10 to 15 years.
Exactly.
Possibly where he will be an influential figure. So if these numbers hold, clearly he will be Neta number one in Maharashtra, less dependent on Eknath Shinde or indeed Ajit Pawar. Shweta Shalini, spokesperson BJP, joining us at that point. Krishna Hegde, spokesperson Shiv Sena Shinde, joining us. Chitra Batham, national spokesperson AICC. Shoaib Hashmi, Shiv Sena UBT is with us. Appreciate your joining us. Shweta Shalini, will you give credit to Devendra Fadnavis if you all win? Yeah, abhi bhi kahoge, nahi, triple engine, Modi, Amit Shah. This election about Devendra Fadnavis trying to establish himself.
This
as Neta
election,
number one of
Rajdeep,
Maharashtra.
however you want to put it, this election is about the people of Maharashtra choosing Vikas over any kind of rhetoric. I think the people in Mumbai are now going to go back and sleep happily, because what they have voted for and they are continuously voting for is the ceiling. They are voting for the elevated corridors. They are voting for metros. And forget Mumbai. I think we are going in election for 29 corporations today, and for every single corporation there is an impact-oriented agenda which is either visible. So what people are voting for is what visibility is there, which is in the form of Samriddhi Highway, which is in the form of modernization of suburban railways, and the future planning, which is in form of a clear manifesto and a speech.
So, it's very interesting you're saying that. Effectively, I used to hear this in Gujarat also, the Maharashtra model is being created in a way through this election, Preeti, and that's where the Fadnavis factor may come in 10 years from now.
But, that's what I'm saying, Rajdeep, because if this holds, if these numbers hold, then what you're looking at is a tectonic shift, not just politically, but culturally, where Mumbai is concerned, on how Mumbaikars have perceived Mumbai and their identity. And I want to bring in our UBT spokesperson on this, Shoaib Hashmi, who's with us. Shoaib Hashmi, if these numbers hold, then it's very clear. This is a new Mumbai, and with new aspirations. And, the regional recycled tropes will not hold anymore. Shoaib Hashmi, can you hear us, sir?
Yeah, good morning. I can. Please.
Very good morning, sir. If these are the numbers, it doesn't augur very well for your own political party. You might have said that this election is stolen, but then it's a tectonic shift on how Mumbai really thinks. Political, culturally, it's actually truly a new Mumbai, where the old heroes of Mumbai will truly be relegated to the past. You have new heroes now who mean very different things.
Yeah, Preeti, the results are very unexpected, what we are seeing on the screens. We were not expecting results this type, but the other way we can expect, because the BJP is in power and EVM and this old story and everything is with them. So I am not surprised that in all over Maharashtra, out of 29 Mahanagar Palikas, BJP will win more than 20. You also agree with me, because as you have seen the verdict and you have seen the way results are coming. But as you told, the new heroes, the heroes will always remain as a Thackeray family, because Thackeray always ruled Mumbai.
But how? They've always ruled. So there's an always ruled. It's no longer there. It doesn't hold. You had the potent combination of both the Thackeray cousins coming in together.
We can hold Mumbai even today also. But you can see the vote chori, the voter list has changed. The voters who have voted in the assembly election, thousands of voters are not there, especially where we are dominating, where the UBT and MNS is dominating, and even the Congress is dominating. They have deleted the numbers of voters from these constituencies.
But Rajdeep, the Thackeray's now and the legacy of the Thackeray's is strong, but it's now relegated as an old sepia-tinted image, relegated to Mumbai's past.
Look, this is almost a throwback to the 70s and early 80s, where the Thackeray's were struggling when the Congress became so dominant. And it was only in 1985, because of a comment made by a former Maharashtra Chief Minister Vasantdada Patil about how there was a fear of Mumbai separating from Maharashtra, that the Shiv Sena was revived. I think the Shiv Sena needs a new narrative.
Exactly.
It needs somewhere, yes, Manish, do you agree with that? That, even as Maharashtrians, there is a need for a strong regional identity, but that regional identity also has to change with the times. The times are very different. A younger Maharashtrian doesn't think the way about job competition from outsiders as was the case 50, 60 years ago.
No, absolutely. I think, if you look at, conversations which happened in Maharashtra, many years and decades ago was about Thackeray Bana and Thackeray Ban. So the Thackeray brothers have, I mean, obviously have the Thackeray Bana, but where is that ban headed? That ban is devoid of Hindutva, that ban is devoid of anti-Congressism, and even the Marathi Manus, even that credibility is now, I mean, completely
That's a very
gone.
good point. You see that, I associate Bal Thackeray only with Maharashtrian Asmita, but also Hindutva. He made that transition and made it rather effortlessly, and that, in a sense, has been abandoned, many believe, certainly by Shiv Sena, UBT, tying up with Congress. Chitra Batham, national spokesperson, AICC, you all seem to only suggest vote chori. I mean, we might as well not have an election if within half an hour of counting, Rahul Gandhi tweets and says this is vote chori election. At least wait for the results.
Well, Rajdeep, this is because what we have been experiencing and what everybody has been saying since last week of December. We have seen a blatant abuse of muscle power, money power for doing vote chori or for doing candidate chori or for doing councillor chori or then for doing the narrative chori also, where BJP and MIM went into an alliance in the Akot Council. So I'm saying this election is completely rigged. Why? Because we are not
So
just
then why contest? Then boycott them. Boycott. If you believe the elections are rigged, take your chance and say we are boycotting the elections.
Is that the only solution left? Is that the onus only on us?
No, that is not. I'm not holding a brief for the election commission. They have much to answer for. I agree. Let Krishna Hegde come. Krishna Hegde, there is an entire credibility question being cast over these elections by the Congress. Now, the truth of the matter is the election commission also has much to answer for. Do you agree with that? That while we talk about Thackeray brand and whether that's got diluted, the rise of Fadnavis, there's also the decline of public confidence or certainly opposition confidence in the election commission.
No, absolutely not. But I think, Congress allegations are just ridiculous. They are in Bihar, they lose the mandate. They are in Delhi, they lose the mandate. Rahul Gandhi loses 95 elections under his leadership. And after that, now in a 227 house in the BMC, they are not getting 2 seats. And they're talking about vote chori. If they had spoken something more relevant, I think the people would have understood. Shweta has very clearly said that we were only focusing on development. And that's the narrative which we had set. Whereas the Thackeray brothers, they're alienating the Uttar Bhartiyas. They're trying to instigate the South Indians. They're trying to instigate the Gujaratis, out of which 70% of Mumbai you have already alienated. Who's going to vote for you? The Maharashtrian, Devendra Fadnavis is a Maharashtrian. Eknath Shinde is a Maharashtrian. We are all Maharashtrians. And we are in Mumbai. It's not that you are holding the, the Maharashtrian card with you. Moreover, the Maharashtrian, Janta of Maharashtra and Mumbai have 6 parties to choose from. So they will go with whoever promises them development, not rhetoric. And this is the same story since 1960.
So what was it? No, you are saying they will go with development, not rhetoric. So what was it when your Mumbai BJP leader said that if we come to power, we'll ensure there will be no Khan as mayor, there will be only a Maharashtrian Hindu. Then you had Kripa Shankar Singh saying we will have a North Indian as the mayor. I mean, every party plays at some level identity politics. You play the politics of Hindutva. You target Muslims according to your critics. What was the need to say that?
No. Even in the last Lok Sabha election, Vidhan Sabha election, local body elections, even Muslims have voted for us. Because I think they are also fed up of all this. One Pathan, one Azmi, one Owaisi comes from somewhere and starts a Hindu-Muslim divide here. It's not going to work in Mumbai and Maharashtra anymore. People have seen through this. They are coming here every election and doing the same thing.
Okay, Krishna Hegde, I'm going to bring in Amitabh Tiwari, but before I do that, I just want to ask you one quick question. The mayor, the question of the mayor, if these numbers hold, the BJP can very well say, we want our man, and will say, not very well, will say, we want our man in the chair. No more favors. And you know how important the Mumbai mayor is.
So is this question directed to me?
Of course, sir, it's debated to you.
No, I thought it was for some other panelist.
Sir, you only. You represent Eknath Shinde, so it's you only. Because even you know that that there is a special rule that even in 227 corporators rule. Otherwise, the mayor can unilaterally take a call. That is the importance of the mayor of Mumbai. And you're talking about the richest corporation, if not in India, but in Asia. So that post is important, sir. And the BJP has its eyes clearly on that post.
Let's take that to Shweta Shalini, because I think Shweta Shalini is the BJP very clear. If you are party number 1 of Mumbai, you get the mayor post for the first time. You've never had it in the past. Are you all very clear?
So, Rajdeep, I think the last question to Krishna ji was very interesting, and you guys need to remember, his man is our man is his man. We are together in this. So, we are very clear, the mayor of Mumbai, and I personally hope that it's a woman, but he or she will definitely be progressive. They will be somebody who will ensure that the ideology of Mahayuti and the focus of Viksit Bharat, Viksit Maharashtra and Viksit Mumbai is going to be taken forward. And they will stick to not only the promises and the rhetoric, but actually what Devendra Fadnavis ji stands
BJP
for.
or Eknath Shinde? Which party will this she be from? She from your party or their party? Or doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. It is, he or she is definitely going to be from Mahayuti. And we have won this election, or we are winning this election as one. I think what people have supported is our vision. And he or she will definitely support our vision.
Okay, in the first 46 seats ward, in the first 46 wards, it is slightly closer. 26 to the BJP-led alliance, but the UBT not being wiped out, leading in 17, Congress in 2. Remember, the BJP is hoping to cross 100 on its own, which will give it a big victory. Amitabh Tiwari, your first takeaway from these early trends. Pune, clearly BJP well ahead, scoring big in Pune. Mumbai ahead, but not by the same margin. Across Maharashtra, barring 4 or 5 municipal corporations, everywhere it's a saffron surge.
Yeah, so early trends, but I think except for Mumbai and Shambhajinagar, where there seems to be some sort of fight, across all other municipal corporations, I think the BJP or the BJP and Shiv Sena-led alliance is ahead.
Nasik also seems to be a fight, Amitabh Tiwari. But Amitabh Tiwari, with what you're looking right now, where Mumbai is concerned, do you see BJP crossing 100? Because even at the height and the peak of the Shiv Sena, even at that time, only once have they ever crossed the 100 mark in terms of wards.
Yes, historically, only 2 parties have crossed, and twice. Once Shiv Sena and once the Congress in 1992.
Yes.
As of now, it appears to be difficult if these trends only hold. But we have to understand that in BMC, the close contests are very high. In 2017, there were 53 seats where the victory margin was less than 1,000 votes. So we could see a seesaw. And I should actually first congratulate India Today and Aaj Tak that they are the only ones who are holding on to this 46 trends. Otherwise, people have gone crazy. And
I want to tell a very good point.
Good point,
Amitabh Tiwari, I want to tell our viewers, look at the joke that some channels are pulling off on the voters. Only 46 wards are counting, and one of Maharashtra's leading channel is giving 80 seats to BJP Shinde and 64 to Thackeray Bandhu. Arey, 154 shuru bhi nahi hua, you are giving 154 seats, for God's sake. Some honesty is required across news channel. But go ahead, Amitabh.
Yeah. So in the last 2017 municipal corporation election, 15 were with BMC, as in 15 BJP was SLP or the winner. 5 were with Shiv Sena, 5 with Congress, 1 with NCP and 1 with others. So this number also we have to watch closely, because 2 new municipal corporations have been added. So out of these 29, does the BJP increase its tally from 15? And does the Congress hold on to the 5 municipal corporations which they had won largely in minority dominated areas like the Malegaon, Bhiwandi, Kolhapur, Parbhani, etc. So I think the overall picture also needs to be seen.
Yeah, I'll just add there. Overall picture, one of the big takeaways at the moment, a real staggering result is coming from Pimpri Chinchwad. This is on the outskirts of Pune, but it is seen as part of the growing industrialization of Pune. At the moment, 61 leads available there in Pimpri Chinchwad. BJP leading in 44. The Rashtravadi is leading only in 8. the Nationalist Congress. So the big, if these numbers hold, we are focusing, Preeti, on the Thackeray brothers
Right.
constantly.
And the Pawars.
If these numbers hold, the Pawars could be taking a big hit. And remember, unlike Mumbai, where 46 seats are counted at a time, Pimpri Chinchwad, all seats are counting. So that, Rajat, could be a big setback. As you said earlier, Sharad Pawar is now 85. He's not getting any younger. Ajit Pawar has fancied himself as the strongman of Pune, Pimpri Chinchwad areas around. They're leading in Ichalkaranji, but nowhere else.
This was created, so to say, by Ajit Dada himself.
That's right.
Is what he used to claim, that this is a urban municipal corporation that I have built right from scratch. And if even that falls, I mean, look at the prominent leaders, Mahesh Langde, Lakshman Jagtap, who is now expired. But these were the stalwarts of that place. All of these people, lock, stock and barrel, moved to the BJP. So the entire leadership around PCMC that was built by Ajit Dada is now all withered away into multiple parties, leaving a complete void there. But you know, the bigger challenge here for Ajit Pawar is he wanted to be Maharashtra ka Dada. But if he's not even Pimpri Chinchwad ka Dada, then what Dada is he? So that is the big, credibility question.
What do you think would be the implications on the alliance?
See, I mean, we've seen one of these scandals broke around Pune land around his son.
Yes.
That is also, taking a toll onto his own credibility. And on top of that, if there is no political value that he brings to the table, his position gets diminished. Currently, he is occupying an important deputy chief minister chair. He's occupying the finance portfolio, very important portfolio within the ministry. He holds the purses to the Mantralaya. And if he's not able to hold on to his forts, literally forts of PCMC in Pune, I believe there will be serious questions like what value is he getting in?
Rajiv, can I ask you a question? Because you've dyed in wool where Maharashtra politics is concerned. Look at the time frame, Rajdeep, since the last time the BMC elections were held, 2017 to now. And look at it and how things have changed in terms of alliances, breaking, coming together, and the BJP stitching together. Now where you've made an Ajit Pawar irrelevant, you made an Eknath Shinde completely dependent, and you are in the prime position. You have completely liquidated the Thackeray brand. The Congress is marginalized. Sharad Pawar is on the sidelines. It's all BJP.
I will tell you a story many years ago from Pramod Mahajan. I asked him once, this was when Vajpayee was Prime Minister. I said, you're now the #1 party nationally. Why do you take lesser seats than the Shiv Sena? He said, while Balasaheb Thackeray is there, we need him. You will see what happens after Balasaheb Thackeray. Every time I look at these numbers, I think about what Pramod Mahajan said there. The BJP has consciously and steadily expanded its footprint, slowly but steadily, needs to almost ensure that the regional parties of Maharashtra, such as they are marginalized. The more they get marginalized, the BJP becomes #1. The Congress was the dominant party. The vacuum left by the Congress had made Maharashtra a mirror crack. Therefore, you had all these shifting alliances. Now you will see, I believe, in the next 5-10 years, if these numbers hold, domination by the BJP. And the regional parties will have to decide kya karna hai. Does Ajit Pawar go back to Sharad Pawar? Do you again have
Rajiv,
a
will you hold
Mahavikas
that thought?
Aghadi?
We have Mr. Athavale.
We have my old friend Ramdas Athavale. Kashe aat, sir? Good morning. Namaskar. कसे आहात आठवले सर बोलिए नमस्कार
ठीक है
मिस्टर आठवले बस ठीक हूं मैं सर ये नंबर दिखा रहे हैं कि बीजेपी जहां भी देखो बीजेपी #1 पार्टी बनकर जा रही है आपको भी उन्होंने सीट नहीं दी आप चाहते थे मुंबई में आपको सीट मिले वो भी उन्होंने नहीं दिया आप मंत्री बन गए आपकी पार्टी बिल्कुल हाशिए पर हो गई और बीजेपी #1 हो गई बीजेपी आप सब छोटी मोटी पार्टियों को खत्म कर रही है और महाराष्ट्र की पार्टी #1 बन रही है मानते हैं
नहीं बीजेपी तो #1 पार्टी है जब से नरेंद्र मोदी जी देश के प्रधानमंत्री बने तब से बीजेपी एकदम पावरफुल बनती जा रही है लेकिन एक बात सही है कि मुंबई के इलेक्शन में एक बार मेरे पार्टी का मेयर भी था एक बार मेरे पार्टी के 12 कारपोरेटर चुनकर आए थे कांग्रेस अलायंस में तब मेरे पार्टी का मेयर भी बना था मुंबई में मेरे पार्टी की तो ताकत भी है लेकिन अपने बलबूते पर लड़कर चुनकर आने की ताकत नहीं है तो बीजेपी और शिवसेना में एकनाथ शिंदे में बहुत देर तक जैसे चर्चा चलती रही और उसमें हमें सीट देने का मतलब उनको सीटें नहीं मिली लेकिन देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी ने आरपीआई को एक एमएलसी देने के लिए बोला है, एक दो महामंडल के चेयरमैन है,
पर आपको कुछ मिला नहीं
महानगर पालिका में 2
सर, लेकिन आपको धीरे धीरे खत्म किया जा रहा है, आपको धीरे धीरे खत्म किया जा रहा है, आपका कोई अस्तित्व नहीं रह जाएगा अब।
नहीं, खत्म तो मैं नहीं हो जाऊंगा। मैं दिल्ली में मंत्री होने से मेरी पार्टी पूरे देश भर में है, महाराष्ट्र में थोड़ा नुकसान हो रहा है।
अठावले साहब, बात वही है ना, दिल्ली में आप मंत्री हैं, पार्टी का अस्तित्व आप महाराष्ट्र में देख लीजिए अभी क्या है। क्रोनोलॉजी समझिए, राजदीप सर ये कहने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, देखिए 2017 से अब तक क्या हुआ है। अगर जो अजीत पवार हैं वो साइडलाइन हो गए हैं, एकनाथ शिंदे डिपेंडेंट हो गए हैं, ऑल कंज्यूमिंग बीजेपी है, आप जैसी जो और भी छोटी पार्टी है उसका अस्तित्व क्या होगा? आप तो मंत्री हैं, पार्टी का अस्तित्व क्या होगा?
हाँ नहीं ठीक है, मेरी पार्टी तो है, लेकिन अभी जिस तरह थोड़ा हमारे ऊपर अन्याय हुआ है, इस वक्त कुछ सीटें 8-10 सीटें मिलनी चाहिए थी, लेकिन एकनाथ शिंदे जी को उनको साथ में लेने की आवश्यकता थी और इसीलिए मतलब हमें सीटें नहीं मिली है। इसीलिए माननीय देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी ने हमको बताया है कि भाई पार्टी को सत्ता में भागीदारी दी जाएगी और आरपीआई हमारे साथ रहना ही चाहिए, इसी तरह उन्होंने हमको बताया है। इसलिए मुझे लगता है कि पार्टी का थोड़ा नुकसान हुआ है, लेकिन वो नुकसान के बाद मतलब सत्ता में भागीदारी महाराष्ट्र में दी जाएगी। मैं तो केंद्र में मंत्री हूँ, लेकिन जिस महाराष्ट्र से मैं केंद्र में मंत्री हूँ उस महाराष्ट्र के वर्कर को भी कुछ मिलना चाहिए, मेरी आग्रह मांगनी डिमांड है। और देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी ने मान्य किया है कि जरूर आरपीआई गाने का कार्यकर्ताओं को सत्ता की भागीदारी दी जाएगी।
You know, very interesting now, Maharashtra poll panel, big breaking news. Maharashtra EC has now said there will be no marker pen used in the Zilla Parishad elections. It's an India Today impact. It was our reporters, Mumbai Tak and others who exposed first how the indelible ink, so-called indelible ink was being removed very easily. And now you have the Maharashtra EC which first brazened it out and said there was nothing.
But how does it help now, Rajdeep, to come and say that it won't happen in Zilla Parishad? It's already happened.
But it's a huge admission. And it really reflects, I'm not saying that removing the ink means you can go and vote again. There will be checks there. But still, the idea of the elections of India was that your ink cannot be removed. And the moment it is, this is a huge, in a way, embarrassment for the Maharashtra election Commission, and of course the National Election Commission should also have to answer. Now this will be used by the opposition.
Gives them confidence to say it's a compromised election.
You know, that's unfortunate again, because as I said, it doesn't mean that you do duplicate voting if you remove the ink, but clearly, why do you need marker pens? They say that we use marker pens since 2011. That's no excuse. You have to test it out before every elections. It's an embarrassment. The other not so embarrassing story, the BJP now has crossed 50 plus in early trends. UBT and MNS are at 31. So 52 is playing 31 now. We are now in the second round of the wards. 46 now will become 92 trends we will get. 31 to UBT, BJP 52, BJP now comfortably together, remember in alliance,
right,
above the halfway mark in Maharashtra at the moment, crossing 50 seats, but a huge embarrassment there for the election
Hugely
commission.
embarrassing.
You agree that, Manish, that, you know, if I tell the day later, yes, I won't use ink next time, that's an admission that you got it wrong.
Rajdeep, Mr. Thackeray wants to recite a poem before he goes. Sorry, Manish, we're coming right back to you.
Atavle ji, kutli kavita hai tumchi?
Oh, he's gone now. He's gone. Okay.
Acha, he wanted to recite a poem. But you know, I'll give you the story. All of these guys were the Dalit Panthers of the 1970s. Young, aggressive, assertive, pushing the Dalit identity. Look at where all of them are. One person aligns Prakash Ambedkar with Congress, Ramdas Athawade with BJP. Other leaders have drifted away. There were great poets like Namdev Dasal who are no longer with us. But that entire revolutionary vigor, books were written on them. They were these young people who really, you know, galvanized in a way the Dalits of Maharashtra. Today they are marginal and dependent. मेरे को मंत्रालय मिल गया दिल्ली में. मंत्रालय बैठ के आप बैठो सर. बताओ Manish.
Commission needs to come clear on this aspect very clearly. But you know, this vote chori campaign please look at the arithmetic of, which was visible to any political analyst, any politician, that MVA, if it had come together, could have posed a very serious challenge to the BJP plus Shiv Sena. So Congress needs to explain, or even UBT needs to explain that why didn't they come together. I mean, they saw the results in 2024 Lok Sabha and also saw in Vidhan Sabha. So what stopped them? So it's very easy for even Rahul Gandhi to say, it is really vote chori. But I think they also they have to set their own house in order.
No, nobody's denying they have to set their own house in order. That is away from everything else. But this is a question which is deeply embarrassing for the Election Commission, that you used marker pens, you were exposed, you tried to brazen it out, and then ultimately you have admitted that in the upcoming Zilla Parishad polls, because right after this will be the round of Zilla Parishad polls which would be coming in, and you have admitted that the same marker, the pen, will not be used for the Zilla Parishad polls. Now, what it does...
Yes, Rajat, you wanted to add to that.
But I just wanted to say this, that the state election commissions are almost like a parallel machine to the National Election Commission. You need to understand that their entire setup, the set of people who work inside the SEC is very different from the CEO office, which is reporting directly to the National Election Commission. But this doesn't do any service to the overall credibility of the election.
Because the opposition, Rajat, will tie this together.
And this is not a new innovation that you are trying. It is already a sorted issue. How can you get this wrong? This is clearly the fault of the bureaucrats over there. I mean, it's not like the BJP is trying to construct a marker pen out there. No. This is the job of the SEC, and people should be fired. The problem in the country is you do not fire the bureaucrats when the problem is because of Article 311. There is always this protection which is given by the Constitution that no matter what these bureaucrats do, you will always find some rule, get suspended for a few days and come back into power.
Okay,
why not the heads roll?
Sure, I agree. And, it is a very, very serious lapse on the part of the Election Commission there in Maharashtra. And as Rajat rightly said, heads must roll. I don't know which heads will roll politically. Avinash Adhik, spokesperson, NCP, Ajit Pawar is there. I feel old every time I speak to him because I think your late father was a minister when I was a young reporter in Mumbai, and you are almost my age, so that makes me very old. Mr. Adhik, not looking good for you either way. Pimpri Chinchwad also now. It is BJP all the way. Now this is a huge setback to Ajit Pawar.
Yes, Ajit, I'll have to concede that these numbers are not what we were expecting. And it is a matter of huge concern. Now, Rajat, who's sitting with you right there, was our advisor for some time. So Rajat knows the inside stories also, which he'll share with you when we're off camera. But we will be working on this. We will have to go back to the drawing board. I will not hesitate to say that these results are most unexpected. Pimpri Chinchwad and Pune, we were banking on very heavily because Dada had put in all his efforts there. But congratulations to the BJP. After all, it's the Mahayuti Alliance partner. We are a firm partner of the NDA, and we are in the government in the state. So we'll have to relook at how to make sure that our cadres are really made to work and connect with the people. Because
Mr. Adhik, you're saying you're a firm partner of the NDA, but what's your use? To put it very crudely, where the NDA is concerned. Does the BJP really need you anymore, where you've lost relevance in your biggest stronghold?
No, Preeti, what happens is, before the self-body elections began, we had made amply clear that we want to contest as a Mahayuti, but then that didn't happen. We had to go our ways. Now, the BJP has proven that they are doing something which is giving them the right numbers. We'll have to relook at what we are doing. We have to deploy ourselves more correctly.
Do you admit, Mr. Adhik, that this is a larger question on brand Pawar? What is the relevance of the name Pawar in the region that you're doing so badly in, which was your strongest hold?
No, I don't think it's a reflection on what Ajit Dada is all about. We have to make sure that the people who rally around him, they have to get their act together. We'll introspect the whole issue. And I'm sure that in the days to come, we will improve because now we are heading into the Zilla Parishad Panchayat Samiti polls. So we're not going to let our shoulders sag. We have 12 district elections announced. Ajit Dada has already got into campaign mode there. But we will look into the details of what went wrong, especially in Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad.
Shweta Shalini, this entire controversy at the moment over indelible ink now has acquired an entirely new dimension with the EC now saying, or the Maharashtra State Commission saying, we'll now not use marker pens. But that's after, it's like trying to shut the door after the horse has bolted. The truth of the matter is, does it cast a shadow, you believe, over the elections, or you believe that because EC says there can be no duplicate voting, all these charges of vote chori are fictitious?
Rajdeep, I've been here for some time, and I think I need to take all the points one by one. First and foremost, I've heard you talking to Ramdas ji and various other people on your panel, and continuously saying that BJP has been trying to, minimalize these smaller parties. Now, one of the things that I want to remind you, it is the people. We live in a largest and strongest democracy. We work towards this, and that's the reason why you need to understand that it is the people who decide, and what people have voted for is the ideology, it is the work, and it is what is being visible in the form of Devendra Fadnavis and his vision. Now, having said that, let's come back to one by one. I also want to talk about PCMC and Pune. If you actually look at PCMC and Pune, our natural alliance, and BJP has always said this, our natural alliance is the ideological Shiv Sena, which is Eknath ji's Shiv Sena. And in Pimpri Chinchwad, we have specifically spoken about the metro, the AIMS which has come by, the IIM in Pimpri Chinchwad which is coming. And I think personally, this is exactly the confidence that the people have shown on us. This triple engine is what people are voting for continuously. And that's one of the reasons why you saw neither Sharad Pawar ji or Rahul Gandhi actually come down on the streets. And as far as the Thackeray brothers is concerned, they planned 4 rallies, out of which 1 rally, MNS also did not appear. And on the other hand, Devendra Fadnavis ji has done 37 rallies. Coming to the Election Commission, Election Commission is an independent organization. It have our Chief Minister has clearly said that if they are wrong, they better correct it. But we are time and again saying, my ink, I voted yesterday, my ink stays. And it also depends on if the pen was dried at some point of time. Very clearly,
either way, it's a grave lapse. Let us not minimize this lapse. The very fact that they are now saying marker pens will not be used means something went wrong. But this is about, as Rajat rightly said, some heads must roll bureaucratically. Otherwise, the impression will go the Election Commission can get away with whatever it wants because it has the sole superintendence and organization of elections constitutionally. But Amitabh Tiwari, there are 2 brands in a way at stake. We have been focusing on the Mumbai brand, where clearly the BJP is well ahead of the Thackerays. But in Pune, it's well ahead of the Pawars. It's ahead even in Pimpri Chinchwad. Does that mean that the Pawar brand also will now take a major hit?
No, essentially, if you see the downslide or the slide in NCP's performance started from 2017, where the BJP won big in both Pimpri and Pune. And even in the Vidhan Sabha elections, if you see, since NCP, Ajit Pawar was part of the alliance, it did not get the majority of the seats to fight in Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad. The majority of the Vidhan Sabha seats were fought by BJP. I think they have only 1 or 2 MLAs in Pune and just 1 out of 3 in Pimpri. So they already conceded space to the BJP in these urban pockets in the Vidhan Sabha election. Now, when you come out of the alliance and contest as the main opposition parties, the voters are confused because they see Ajit Pawar as being part of the alliance and being a deputy chief minister in the Mahayuti government. So it creates a confusion in the mind of the voters. The voters have already shifted to BJP in the Vidhan Sabha election, and they see it largely as a local play.
And we are also seeing, Amitabh, to take your point to Krishna Hegde, even the Eknath Shinde group, Mr. Hegde, your party, is also struggling to keep pace with the BJP. Kalyan Dombivli, where the MP is his son Shrikant Shinde, BJP is leading in 17 and your party in 9. And here there have been clashes between the supporters over a tussle for supremacy. So except for Thane, where of course you are leading at the moment, in other places the BJP is ahead of you. So you are also now very much a junior partner. BJP in the last 15 months has ensured बाकी आप लोग सब junior हो गए, हम senior.
No, I wouldn't go with that point of view. I would say that the Mahayuti is intact. We are working as one cohesive unit. Devendra Fadnavis ji and Eknath Shinde ji have campaigned extensively throughout Maharashtra. Now, these are local body elections.
Mr. Hegde, now you know cricket better. Let's play with a straight bat. Truth of the matter is, do you accept that Devendra Fadnavis and BJP now are party number one and leader number one? Because before Vidhan Sabha, Eknath Shinde wanted to be chief minister. Exactly. Now, apna chief minister ka sapna bhul jao. Only Deva Bhau.
No, we never had any sapna for chief ministership. Even the last time around, Bharatiya Janata Party was a larger party than us, and Eknath Shinde ji became the chief minister. Next time around, when we campaigned together and won together, Devendra Fadnavis ji became the chief minister.
But no, Krishna Hegde ji, the fact is you're saying you're one, you're all part of the same alliance, which is the Mahayuti. But the fact is, sir, if these numbers hold, and I'm not just talking about Mumbai, I'm talking about across 29 municipalities in Maharashtra. One thing is clear, the terms of engagement between your party and your ally BJP would have changed forever. And you will have to admit, you will be the junior partner, you will have to give the mayor's chair to the BJP. Everything changes from here on. It is that tectonic shift which might affect the Thackerays and even the Pawars, but it affects you as much.
So we are never saying that we are the senior partner in the alliance. We admit that Bharatiya Janata Party is the elder brother in the alliance as of now. And not only are they are a bigger brother here, but they are the number one party in India. They are possibly the highest cadre in the world among all parties, if you look at it universally. So where are we ever arguing or, making a claim that we are a bigger brother compared to the Bharatiya Janata Party? And Devendra Fadnavis ji, Eknath Shinde ji are working together. Earlier in the last government, Eknath Shinde ji was the pilot, Devendra ji was the co-pilot. This time they've turned it around. Devendra ji is the pilot and Eknath Shinde ji is the co-pilot. But we are flying the airline. That's the most important thing.
Oh, so at least you are admitting that Devendra ji is the pilot and you are the co-pilot. I hope that one day doesn't come where you are out of the cockpit altogether.
And there's a new co-pilot.
No, not at all.
अभी धीरे-धीरे वो भी दिन आएगा कि cockpit से बाहर चलो.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होगा.
No, that's right. And in Navi Mumbai, you see, when I look at the results across, clearly it shows that even except for Thane, where Shiv Sena, your party is ahead of the BJP, in all other places, Sambhaji Nagar, good example, Aurangabad, or formerly Aurangabad, BJP leading in 18, Shiv Sena in 11. So it's everywhere the BJP is now the senior partner. You are reduced to the junior partner. You are happy with that?
The silver lining, Rajdeep, is Navi Mumbai, where there is a neck and neck fight, 29-29 each.
Rajdeep bhai, if I talk with a straight bat, I will say the Mahayuti is on number 1, number 2 and number 3. And the opposition is on 4, 5, 6 and 7. And that's why we are very happy that the Mahayuti is right on top.
Okay, to answer your Navi Mumbai question, the reason for that is Ganesh Naik, who was the dominant leader of Navi Mumbai from the NCP, switched to the BJP. He controls it. You see, Maharashtra has been divided between these satraps. Somebody in charge of Kalyan, Dombivli, Thane, which was Eknath Shinde for a long time. Ganesh Naik was in charge of Navi Mumbai. Ajit Pawar saw Pimpri Chinswad as his bastion. All of that is now slowly cracking apart, because the BJP is becoming the dominant force. And I think that is a major change in Maharashtra.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes,
someone who's followed Maharashtra politics.
Dyed in the wool, I don't dye my hair.
Okay, you don't dye your hair. Okay. Maharashtra politics and across the... Okay, yes, you don't. Yes, he doesn't dye his hair. And you can see it, he doesn't dye his hair. And across the country. Do you see this with what has played out in the span of 2017, the last 8 years to now, a cautionary tale for certain regional parties in other parts of the country where the BJP is tying up with?
No, you see, it's very simple. The BJP is a pan-India party. And every regional, over the years, the BJP, for example, in Assam, the Assam Gana Parishad has slowly been pushed to the margins.
Exactly. So is it a cautionary tale?
It is a... Look at... I'll give you an example of another of my home states, Goa. I remember in early 90s, Manohar Parrikar became the first BJP MLA of Goa. Maharashtra Gomantak Party, the regional party, Maharashtra Gomantak Party, used to dominate Goa politics. Today, Maharashtra Gomantak Party is completely dependent on the BJP.
Rajat wants to come in.
But it's natural, it's going to happen as you become pan-India.
But
And the BJP knows that. BJP knows that if I have to be dominant,
exactly.
If I have to be dominant, I have to finish the regional party.
Exactly.
One student is, consistently doing its homework correct and is getting good marks. You want that student to go out and do the homework of other parties also. How is that fair? You are trying to say that BJP is gobbling up the space. That is not true. These people are not doing enough hard work that is needed to stay relevant. There are other parties who are staying relevant. TMC is doing a decent job
by staying away from the BJP.
Yeah. No, again.
No, I'm asking you this
DMK,
the feeling is the moment I tie up with a major national party or the number one national party, I am dependent on
Look at Shiv Sena, for example. Shiv Sena was together with BJP and they enjoyed enough of a political elbow room. But what did they do with it? They wanted to grow even bigger. When you start going beyond what the remit is, what the mandate that you are getting, you will see pushbacks coming in. Then the BJP came in with a sledgehammer and, they've been shredded into
Rajat,
pieces
it's
now.
not, that's the question that I asked, because it's not just Maharashtra. These are examples in every state where if the BJP has allied with the regional party, over time, it's a long-term game, it's a fabulous political strategy. Over a long time, you have seen the regional party diminish.
I just want to add there, the BJP now is streaming ahead. There's a strong, you see, this is how Mumbai's wards will come. When you come to the wards, for example, of the western and northern suburbs, Andheri and beyond, Borivali, Kandivali, where large Gujarati population, BJP will dominate North Indian and Gujarati pockets. They are now leading in 61, with the BJP leading in the most sizable chunk on its own, compared to the Eknath Shinde group, but not on its own at the moment over at the halfway mark. It is leading at the moment on its own in 18, Shiv Sena in 11. But as you go over time, my sense is the BJP will, alliance will certainly be over 114. The only question now is, can BJP on its own cross a century? If they cross a century, it's a huge day for the BJP because it's the highest ever votes.
And only two parties have ever done it.
Only two parties have ever done it. And I think it only amplifies the larger point of the BJP becoming party number one. But maybe Amitabh Tiwari wants to pitch in on that. Is there a sense that as the BJP grows, Amitabh, the regional parties it allies with will automatically shrink? Or as Rajat says, they don't work hard enough, the regional parties, to expand their footprint?
What also is a fact that regional parties in India are controlled by families. So as soon as you go into the second or the third generation of the family controlling the party, we've seen parties have become weaker. So Uddhav Thackeray or a Raja Sahab Thackeray do not enjoy the same charisma as Bala Sahab Thackeray used to. The same can be said for Ajit Pawar or a Supriya Sule. So while Rajat is right in the sense that these parties also, it's not only that BJP is gobbling up their space, it's also because these parties have not been able to hold on to their spaces, and this family control at the top, not letting other leaders grow in their parties, is also perhaps hampering growth of these parties. If you see, Shiv Sena was leading in 5 in 2017. Mumbai, Thane, Kalyan, Ahmednagar and Aurangabad. I think except for Thane, the BJP, or they have ceded space to BJP in all of these municipal corporations today.
And more good news coming for the BJP is from Nagpur, of course, the home of Devendra Fadnavis, home of Nitin Gadkari. Again, a sweep for the BJP in Nagpur. So, Shweta Shalini, you can smile all the way. Except for a couple of pockets like Ichal Karanji, I don't see out of the 29 municipal corporations, maybe 4 or 5 at best are going against you. So, you can have a very, very wide smile.
Yes, we are smiling already, and not 20 plus, but we are looking at a 25 plus strike rate. I think it is. If you actually look at December onwards, the local municipal elections saw a strike rate of 63%, and I think that is exactly what is happening here as well. And Rajdeep, just wanted to remind you, alliances are like marriage. I'm sure you are married for a long time. You think your wife is a senior partner in a marriage, or you are the junior partner in the marriage? There are no seniors and juniors in an alliance.
Rajdeep has a very clear take on that.
In a corporate,
I'm marginal. I'm marginal. I'm supporting from the outside. I'm like a coalition partner, madam, supporting from outside. I support from outside. Whatever the big party does, I accept. I'm like Ramdas Athavale.
As long long as I'm a minister.
In a corporate partnership, the more we look at the corporate partnership, it is more like equity. And in this partnership and in this alliance, our equity is our karyakartas.
Okay.
And if you actually
Shweta
look at
Sharani,
the
smile a bit. Look at,
workers,
smile a bit. Celebrations have already started in various parts of Maharashtra. You know, we'll give you something more to smile about. BJP is celebrating and they have every reason to celebrate. And I would think if this win is scripted, Rajdeep, and maybe you'd want to reflect on that and Rajat can come in, this is Devendra Fadnavis' moment. Because I think it's... Okay. Oh, Manish would want to come in. Sorry, Manish. Go ahead.
Very important point about BMC elections was that it was seen as a fight or a contest between Hindutva forces and the Marathi identity. And I think, but it was not, I mean, they were exclusivist. I think what you have essentially seen in these elections and with these results are that Hindutva really brought the Marathi Manus under their own tent, and now we are seeing exactly the results in favor of the BJP and the Shiv Sena.
It's come full circle where Uddhav Thackeray is concerned. There is serious introspection. The Thackeray brand needs to seriously reinvent if these are the numbers. But Rajdeep, if these numbers hold, and now they're seeming to be holding, we can say that this is Devendra Fadnavis' moment. You know, we need to take a moment to reflect on Devendra Fadnavis, of him stitching together this kind of win, and an emphatic win across 29 municipalities.
Look at how politics has changed. You mentioned 2017. Devendra Fadnavis then had a setback in 2019 when he became the most short-lived Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Within a week of becoming Chief Minister, his government fell. And I think since then, he's been waiting for a moment where he can establish his dominance. This performance will be seen as dominant. You see, it's one thing to win on the back of your allies. This victory is not on the back of your allies. This victory is the BJP asserting itself as the party number one and others dependent on it. And Devendra Fadnavis, as I said, consciously has made this election about himself in a way. You didn't see Modi campaigning, no Amit Shah, no Yogi Adityanath. Devendra Fadnavis has been the dominant figure. So if these numbers hold, you're quite right. This would be a major victory for Devendra Fadnavis, and his political graph would only grow higher.
A Brahmin, a Maharashtrian, and you know, so much was said about what is the quintessential Marathi Manus. For him, he's also Marathi. Is he the new Marathi Manus, which is aspirational, Rajdeep, who looks very differently at what is Marathi Asmita?
Yes, I think so. I think, you know, look, he comes from I think there's a generational shift also taking place in Maharashtra. You've got a 55-year-old who doesn't belong to the Pawar age. You see, Sharad Pawar dominated Maharashtra politics in whatever fashion for 25, 30 years. I think we have come out of that Pawar-Thackeray age today. I think that's an important point. The yug of the Pawar and Thackerays is being replaced by, I hesitate to say, a BJP yug. I won't say Fadnavis yug, but a BJP era. What implications that will have? Will the opposition now realize the desperate need to consolidate further, like they did with the MVA, and remember, won in the Lok Sabha of 2024 as a result? These are all straws in the wind. I don't think the last act has been played out, but this scene has been won comprehensively by Devendra Fadnavis.
And this scene has also been stitched together, viewers. And let's take it back, and Rajat wants to come in. All the way from 2017, Rajat, you know, of what we are seeing today, what we are witnessing today, has been in place in the work since 2017.
When Devendra Fadnavis, though the election results came the BJP and the Shiv Sena way, he was still forced to sit in the opposition. He made this famous line in Hindi as the leader of opposition, कि मेरा पानी उतरता देख घर मत बसा लेना.
You're right.
मैं समंदर हूँ वापस जरूर आऊँगा. And what a way to rise and rise up election after election. We've seen in an assembly election the kind of record mandate that the BJP got. Because they clearly saw one man, walking the talk of the ideology, which is very important. And this is where, all other parties stand in sharp contrast with the BJP. He's a doer. He genuinely feels that Maharashtra should go up to the levels which was expected out of that. It was one of the most industrialized state at one point. But it kept decaying because of these, shoddy politics, because of these regional satraps trying to do away with core governance issues. Now he is back. And on the other side, you were talking about reinvention. Every politician will have to reinvent or they will be rendered useless. If you pick Shiv Sena, their name has Shiv inside it, and you want to be a Muslim party. That doesn't work.
Fair point.
I don't think they want to be a Muslim party. I think that's an unfair comment. You see, how can you call them a Muslim party? Are you saying that if I try to reach out to voters, are we saying BJP is a Hindu party then? You see, because that's the danger.
No, BJP is very clear. They are like, see, we remain a Hindu party. We want to be culturally there. People who want to join this bandwagon of a cultural Hindutva, they can join the bandwagon, including Muslims.
I want to bring in...
But these people, they don't want... See, just for the opportunistic politics that you want a vote share, because without that vote bank, you cannot build up a narrative. That is where the policy is.
I want to bring in Amitabh Tiwari. And Amitabh Tiwari, I want to circle back and I want to come again, because we've spoken so much at length about the Pawars with the Thackeраys. But take a moment, Amitabh Tiwari, to reflect on somebody like a Devendra Fadnavis and what this moment actually means for him. Now it's all coming together because these leads are forming up. In all probabilities, we are looking at a total Saffron sweep across 29. One or two aberrations here and there, but across 29 municipalities. And this was a time where you did not have the Prime Minister, you did not have a central leader on the ground where Maharashtra was concerned campaigning. It was Devendra Fadnavis.
Yeah, so Devendra Fadnavis represents many facets. So to the Ladki Bahin, he is the Devendra Bhav. So he has a core message for different sets of voters. While he also appeals to the core Hindutva ideology voter. Maharashtra has the highest urbanization in the country. So he very well understands that only Hindutva cannot get him beyond certain votes or certain seats. If you recall, in 2014 and 2019, the BJP was at 105 or 122 seats. So it also represents a vision for the creation of a new Maharashtra, which is led by infrastructure. Maharashtra also has lagged some of the states in the southern part of India in these past 10-15 years. And I think that vision to get Maharashtra back onto the top is also perhaps helping him. So different messages for different segments.
Different messages, and he amalgamates quite a number of that messaging, and especially the messaging to the youth, be it a Marathi youth in Maharashtra or a youth from a different caste, which is aspirations. It's a new aspirational Maharashtra if these numbers really go all the way. But Rajdeep, look at the images that are coming in right now. You have the BJP and Eknath Shinde double to that of an Shiv Sena and an MNS.
I think it's game, set and almost match now. You can say that with some comfort in the BMC. It is also game, set and match in Pune to the BJP. It's game, set and match to the BJP in Nagpur. And the BJP Shiv Sena alliance is well ahead in Aurangabad or Shambhaji Nagar. So the four biggest cities of Maharashtra, Nashik also, the numbers seem to suggest, interestingly, the BJP at the moment, the BJP-led alliance is ahead. So across the major cities of Maharashtra, you're seeing a saffron surge. It is in line with what we saw in a little, sorry, I must correct myself. Nashik is a little, is turning out to be a close run race because there, very interestingly, you had an anti-BJP front being created both with the NCP Congress as well as the MNS UBT. And together, if you see, they are a little ahead. 14 to the BJP, MVA plus MNS 9, SS plus NCP. Is 14. So they've come together to take on the BJP.
India alliance in Nashik.
You see, politics is arithmetic and chemistry. I think the opposition has got their arithmetic wrong across Maharashtra and the chemistry also wrong. And therefore, they need to go back to the drawing board. Nothing is permanent. But I think the BJP has worked at it consistently over a long period of time and they're reaping the rewards for a decade of concentrated work.
Ritwik Balekar, Rajdeep, our colleague, is at the BJP office. Ritwik, when we came to you an hour back, there was tepid silence. They wanted it to firm up the results. How are things looking like right now? Are celebrations on? What's going on?
Yeah, the scenes are changing right now at BJP headquarters and people are now pouring in and you can see the crowd of the Karyakartas have now come here and we can also see the saffron cloth being covering the stage now and the preparations are almost done. Now, only thing BJP leaders are waiting for is to the numbers should cross the magic figure, which is 114. Right now, the trends which are we can see is they are above 90, but once officially the magic figure is crossed, BJP leaders have told to start celebrations. What they are telling us is that till it is officially not declared, they are not going to celebrate. Neither they are going to react on it, but they will be patient and they will be waiting for the official numbers to come out. Right now, the trends are, what we can see is somewhere near 90 BJP and Shiv Sena, but at the same time, within an hour or so, the whole celebration will be starting at BJP headquarters, and the preparations are completed now. And by 5 p.m., not just CM Devendra Fadnavis, but all the crucial leaders of state BJP, BJP State President Ravindra Chavan, Mumbai President Amit Satam, or Minister Ashish Shelar will be coming over to the headquarters and joining this celebrations in a while.
Okay, so the BJP eyeing a massive sweep across Maharashtra. The BJP now all set to not only get its first mayor in the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, but across Maharashtra, Pune, Nagpur, Thane, Sambhajinagar, the Saffron flag, Kalyan Dombivli. The BJP out of the 29 municipal corporations, along with its allies, is leading in as many as 24 as of now out of the 29. This is a huge, huge day for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Remember, you could argue that the RSS, of course, leadership has always been Maharashtrian dominated. It always, Nagpur has been its citadel, but it never really grew in Maharashtra. Vidarbha was always Congress dominated. Marathwada would see an element of flux. The Congress was the dominant party of Western Maharashtra. Mumbai was Shiv Sena territory. All of that has changed today, Preeti. You've got a new picture of Maharashtra. The mirror crack is now a very stable BJP-led dominance that we are going to see in Maharashtra, I think, over the next foreseeable future.
Well, this is a tectonic shift, and it's a tectonic shift, Rajdeep, where politics in Maharashtra are concerned, where political leaders and perception in Maharashtra are concerned. That's a big one. And even where you looked at, and let's from macro go into micro, where Mumbai is concerned. The new Mumbai that is often spoken of by Devendra Fadnavis, which has completely, at least with this election today, while you have the shadow of the Thackerays on what Mumbai was, but the new Mumbai has somewhere down the line broken that cord, and this is a new chapter in the history. Every history, every city, every state has a destiny attached to it, and it seems Mumbai as a city is moving in its destiny to a very, very new chapter. The shadow of the Thackerays, the brand of the Thackerays are not that strong, that potent anymore, and a lot of rethinking where the Thackeray camp is concerned, Rajdeep, today, especially when it comes down to reinvention and coming up with something which is not recycling and regurgitating on old regional tropes, something new. And this is, once again, there are many factors to it. Number one, Rajdeep, if we're going to break this down, number one, it is the emergence of the Bharatiya Janata Party as possibly the single largest party in terms of Mumbai. And will it go over the 100 mark? That remains to be seen. Number two, the dilution of the Thackeray's completely. Number three, where you look at, the Congress there and the other parties completely relegated. Congress thought it would be able to hold on to its core vote bank. That hasn't happened. So three big factors which are playing on a macro level. This is a cautionary trail for a lot of regional parties, and that's played out over the course of the last, 8 years, Rajdeep. And how the BJP itself, foresight, longevity from 27, stitching this win inch by inch, election by election. And we are standing here today where BJP is the fulcrum of politics in Maharashtra.
Absolutely. And remember, the BJP has won and dominated Uttar Pradesh in the last decade. Now, if you win Maharashtra and dominate that, India's two biggest states are with the BJP. The only states that then remain out of the BJP's grasp as of today are West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, both of which go to the polls in about 2 months from now. And of course, Kerala, where the BJP is clearly not a major player. But you actually have a situation now where the BJP is inching forward to becoming what the Congress was in its pomp, a hegemonic party almost across this country. And all of this happening within 2 years, less than 2 years of the setback in the Lok Sabha. That, Rajat, is quite incredible. 2 years ago, we were saying, will the Modi regime last? Others were saying, I wasn't. I was very clear, Narendra Modi is going nowhere. But the truth is, you had a hung assembly, a hung parliament. From there, you come in Maharashtra, where you won just 17 Lok Sabha seats, the other side won 31. So even there, in states where you did badly, you're regrouping. So from a national picture, the opposition will feel extremely demoralized today.
I mean, I used to say that if you look at the biggest cosmopolitans that India had, Delhi, Calcutta, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, BJP was not there in any of these city administrations. And but over time, in just 2 years' time, we've seen that all of these big prominent cosmopolitans, of course, leaving Kolkata and Chennai aside, Hyderabad aside, it is still now inching towards trying to dominate these cosmopolitans also, because this is where the hardcore middle class
But
lives.
do you think it's also the long game? Because what Rajdeep also said, with what Pramod Mahajan told him, that we are okay to take lesser seats, to build it brick by brick instead of,
And it comes with a lot of responsibility. Now, if you own Delhi, all the 3 engines in Delhi, then people will question you on pollution. If people in Mumbai, if there are issues there and you have triple engine over there, it comes with a lot of responsibility. And this is where the real test of Devendra Fadnavis as a chief minister would, and his ascendancy will also depend on how much
spoken
he's
about
able
Devendra
to
Fadnavis.
genuinely
Rajiv, one
go
more
out and
factor
deliver.
on the big takeaways. Of course, along with the Thackerays, the Pawar brand.
The Pawar brand, is a brand which, as one of the guests pointed out, has been on the decline for a while. Sharad Pawar is 85. Yes. His primary hold was in Western Maharashtra. So once the Pawar brand starts declining, even in his original citadel, it was always subject in a way to diminishing returns. Ajit Pawar broke away and damaged that brand further. Now Ajit Pawar himself is being damaged. It just shows that voters are looking at options beyond the traditional family politics. I think Maharashtra's traditional family politics are now facing the politics of these satraps and the politics of families have taken a huge hit today. And that's, I think, one of the big takeaways for me, that not just the Pawars, but you will see the so-called dominant families across districts, the sugar barons and their families used to dominate the districts of Western Maharashtra. But when I look at some of these districts, they're doing badly there as well. So I think the BJP has been able to make itself a truly pan-Maharashtra party, even as the other parties are very localized. And the Congress, which was the other pan-Maharashtra party, has just been organizationally so comatose in the last 24 months in particular, that I'm not surprised.
All right, we have Rakesh Shankar Shetty, who's joining us from the Congress there. Rakesh Shankar Shetty, when you're looking at the board now and how numbers are stacking up, and abysmal, Rakesh Shankar Shetty, because you had an option that maybe you would have gone, not that it would have helped much now, Rajdeep. The Congress going in with the Shiv Sena, UBT would not have, what would have really achieved?
You
not
might
much.
have had a tougher fight in Mumbai.
A tougher fight, but that's it.
Tougher fight in Mumbai, and the Congress says it wants to build itself, but it clearly hasn't been able to do that. But I think it's beyond now just Mumbai. What you're seeing is Mumbai
29 municipalities.
Across
Congress
municipalities. So much like we saw even in the Vidhan Sabha elections, it's a sweep.
As we
Maria
speak.
Shankar now joined us. Welcome, Maria.
Welcome.
Where we saw a sweep 2 months ago in your home state of Bihar. Now we are seeing one in Maharashtra.
Rajdeep, even as we speak, this is called the party which is constantly planning and looking at what next for it. Mr. Lakshman, who is the returning officer for the national elections of the BJP, which is the party elections, they have put out the entire schedule of what will be the nomination for the next BJP president, which is, we know the name now, Nitin Nabin, will be filed on 19th of January, which essentially means that all the BJP chief ministers will be in Delhi on those dates. So the date is clear that 19th January is when the nominations will be filed, and 20th is when the name will be announced. So formally, Nitin Nabin, who is presently the working president of the BJP, will become the president of the BJP on 20th for a period of 3 years. But this is coming at a time when the BJP is looking at this massive sweep across Maharashtra.
And the change of guard, Rajdeep, you have a Devendra Fadnavis who's done this on his own, 55 years old. You have a young man in the place of the BJP national president right now. It's coming together. But welcome, Maria, some Bhakarwadi for you, Rajdeep.
A very interesting thing I will tell you about the Bakarwadi.
Give my plate back.
Okay, I want to go to Rakesh Shankar Shetty, spokesperson Congress, before we talk about Bakar. What is, but Rakesh Shankar Shetty, are you conceding now that the BJP is winning the BMC, that they are going to get their mayor and they are sweeping Maharashtra? You're doing badly across the state that was once your fortress.
See, the basic difference between Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress is we don't compromise with our principles. Some panelists just raised the issue why we didn't get into alliance with Manse and Shiv Sena. Manse, which hits out at Uttar Bharatiya, Congress will never have an alliance with them. Unlike BJP, who rules the Uttar Pradesh, and at the same time during Lok Sabha election, we saw how Narendra Modi ji shared the stage with Raj Thackeray. And today, yesterday when the Mumbai was out for voting, we saw what a mess it was. VVPAT is missing from all the booths across
Rakesh
Mumbai.
ji, you're saying that you didn't go with Uddhav Thackeray at the back of MNS because of Raj Thackeray and his brand of politics.
Definitely.
No, but
we are
one
very
second,
clear
sir.
and vocal
You've
about
compromised
it.
so many. One second, sir. On Ambarnath seat, you did the same. No, you went to the BJP, who you criticized day in and day out.
You don't have proper information. That means all 15 members were removed out from the party. Bharatiya Janata Party paid them crores of rupees and bought them into BJP. You don't have proper information. All 15 members were thrown out of the party. Congress will never compromise on our party lines. And what Bharatiya Janata Party did, we saw in last 5 years, Bharatiya Janata Party used to accuse Ajit Pawar, Sunil Thackeray, Chhagan Bhujbal. Now everyone is in their party now. They are with alliance with them. And
Whatever it is, sir, right now, the alliance is looking good. Alliance in terms of the BJP plus. Okay, sir, the BJP plus Eknath Shinde is looking very, very good. The latest that we are getting in is, Rajdeep, you have BJP plus, which is BJP and MNS and Maria, that it's inching towards the 100 mark. That proverbial figure of 100 wards. The BJP would like to do it alone. Though right now, with the way things are progressing, it seems doubtful. But 94 is where the BJP and the MNS is poised on, nearly the double of what UBT, Shiv Sena and MNS stands at.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, and I'm looking at also some data which has come in, Rajdeep. This has to do with the state-wise campaigns and rallies which have been held by key BJP leaders and key leaders across. If you look at the Congress big sabhas, in terms of big sabhas, they did not do much. So the effort made by the Congress party is also something which can be discussed. But Devendra Fadnavis holding nearly 40 rallies across the state, Eknath Shinde 54, including 29 road shows, Ajit Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray making those efforts. But Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray were limited largely in Nashik, Thane and Mumbai area. Is that because they see that as largely their bastion?
Look, you will be surprised. The Thackerays were supposed to do 3 major rallies in Mumbai. 3. One in the western suburbs, one in central Mumbai in Shivaji Park, and then they were looking for a 3rd venue. What did they do in the end? 1 rally. 1 rally, that too at the very end of the campaign. You can't win elections anymore like this, Maria. You have to go into every state. You have to go into every municipal corporation. You have to go into every city. You can't. Politics, no. Devendra Fadnavis on the last day was in Pune, taking on Ajit Pawar, his own deputy chief minister, because he was hungry to win Pune. So
that fire in the belly.
The fire, you call it what you want, fire in the belly.
Organizational
strength. I think it's a combination of 3 things. Yeah. Leadership, ideology and organizational strength. They are all coming together for the BJP at the moment in Maharashtra. It is a sweet spot that they find themselves in that state. So I think the other part, and you're only as good as your rivals or as bad as your rivals. The rivals are not good enough. Advocate Sushil Vyas joins us, spokesperson Shiv Sena Shinde. The question we are asking, are the allies of the BJP accepting that this is BJP's big day and all of you are now the tail that is, and the BJP is the real dominant force?
Rajiv ji, good afternoon. This is not the show of one party. This is Mahayuti. You see, whatever the results we are getting support and love and affection from the people of Mumbai and elsewhere in Maharashtra is towards Mahayuti. So everybody, we have worked together last 1 year under the leadership of Devendra Fadnavis ji, prior thereto under the leadership of Eknath Rao ji Shinde for 2.5 years. What development work, infrastructure, and we have delivered to the people of Maharashtra. They are paying us back, and they say
You admit from today there is a tectonic shift where the rules of engagement with your ally will be changed forever. Till last year, your leader Eknath Shinde ji wanted to be the chief minister. Today, by the day ends, you will have it. It's difficult for you to even install your own mayor, where the BJP will want their mayor in the seat of power.
It will be Mahayuti mayor.
No, that's why not say openly that the BJP as the leading party should get the mayor? Why are you denying them their moment in the sun? You should say BJP is the #1 party, they should get their mayor.
BJP is our ally. We have whatever results we are getting for the alliance, namely Mahayuti.
Okay, well, what does one say? By the way, I have, this is what you call Bakarwadi. I want to show it to our viewers. And the reason the Bakarwadi is an important element in the plate of Maharashtrians is because the Gujaratis also claim that they make the Bakarwadi better. So there are certain things like Shrikhand and Bakarwadi where both Gujaratis and Maharashtrians claim they make them better. But at the moment, Gujaratis are running the country and Maharashtrians are running Mumbai. So
and you have both, Gujarati and Maharashtrian.
And you have the real triple engine now, if this the picture is clear.
At least in the context of Maharashtra. You're right, Maria, at least in the context of Maharashtra, you have a triple engine. But I hesitate to sort of say this will last forever because Maharashtra is a state in flux. And you will see the flux playing out in different ways over the next 5-10 years. But for today, I think we can clearly say the triple engine idea is working in Maharashtra.
And if you look at it, this entire election in Maharashtra was led by Devendra Fadnavis. He was the face of the BJP. The central leadership had given him full charge. He was planning the election according to his own free will, and the number of rallies that he held, the big sabhas that he did, the message was that this was about Devendra Fadnavis, the man. And of course, he projected himself as the infra man as much as he spoke about the Marathi pride and mixed that intelligently, I would say, perhaps for the voters' appetite, reaching out to the younger voters. I think that's where Rajat come in now. The new BJP, we are looking at the new BJP in terms of the organization and also in terms of the new BJP in various states, the governments. That new BJP is about the generational shift as much as it is about coming up with new narratives.
That is right, Maria. I mean, if you see the sheer bench strength that BJP stands on, that gives them huge confidence that be it any state, they have those, those in the wings to actually take up the mantle and drive the party's ideology further. And with Nitin Nabin taking on the 19th and the 20th of January taking charge of the party, what a moment for the BJP. A 45-year-old leader coming in, which a lot of by the way, a lot of leaders within the party still call him Bhaiya. And still they have to now adjust to a level where they have to see him as the paramount leader of the BJP. That just shows the ease with which BJP is able to do these experiments, bring in the new leadership with absolutely no bloodbath anywhere. This is the power of ideology, and this is what I've been saying since morning, Rajdeep. Stands in sharp contrast with the other parties. Because, why is an Ajit Pawar struggling? And this goes back to Avinash Hadik's point. The reason is that you are not able to hold on to the leaders that you have created. Why do they leave? Because you don't have a glue around which you can hold the people together. You keep on experimenting with your core ideology. And I mean, how can election vote chori be an ideology? It cannot be an ideology.
Okay, interestingly,
you can tactically.
And Rajat, I was speaking to one of the senior Sangh members, and I asked that specific question regarding Nitin Nabin, why he. The answer was that, did all of you know when Nitin Gadkari became the party president? Rajdeep, he is from Maharashtra. When he became the party president, again, that was seen as an experiment. Venkaiah Naidu becoming the party president was seen as an experiment. So the BJP is known as a party which has been experimenting with these names. And then it ensures that the party's cadre, other leaders who feel perhaps left out in this entire selection, they adjust to this name.
Look, the BJP is a party which is built through its organization. You have to give them credit for that. There is absolutely no doubt. The Congress is a party of power, which then, when in power, is able to get its act together. The BJP for the longest time was a party of the opposition. In those opposition years, I think a lot of effort was built because of the RSS to a large extent on cadre building. And that is now paying it dividends once it is in power. When the Congress was in power, it forgot the organization. The BJP, to its credit, has maintained the organizational vigor, maybe through some of the changes you say at the top, but also at different levels. You know, even in Maharashtra, 6 months ago, the BJP got a new president, Ravindra Chauhan. Now, who did they choose? Someone from Kalyan Dombivli, an area which is Eknath Shinde's bastion. And immediately he has been trying to grow the BJP in Kalyan Dombivli. As a result, there are clashes with Eknath Shinde. But the BJP is very clear. We want to constantly expand, grow. The other parties are just trying to secure their own bastions without recognizing the need. How am I going to expand my vote? I keep throwing one figure, Maria. Congress in 2009 got about 11 crore voters, general elections. BJP won 7 crore voters. Switch to 2024, BJP is at about 21, 22 crore voters. Congress is 13 crores. Please think about it. I have expanded from 2009 to 2024 3 times. The other side is where it is. And you're seeing it even in Maharashtra. Mr. Sharad Pawar never really thought of expanding beyond Western Maharashtra. He was happy with his fortress. Devendra Fadnavis is a boy from Nagpur and he's expanding across Maharashtra. And I think that is the secret of the BJP's success, that it is becoming a party which is expansionist, almost like a Ashwamedh Yagna. And if for a while I have to do a deal with AIDMK, I will do it. If I have to do a deal for a while with AGP, I'll do it. But I will focus on the next 20 years constantly
Party
expanding.
building. While, look at it, Rajdeep, we had
It's
Mr.
like,
Athawale.
it's like a corporation.
Exactly, you had Mr. Athawale, where Mr. Athawale is saying, मैं मंत्री बन गया.
Sorry, but
मेरा पार्टी का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है पर मैं मंत्री बन गया. So, that's the difference.
It wants more and more market share. And it is not therefore content with being a small party of 10, 15, 20%. Many of the regional parties of Maharashtra have been content with that.
I mean, imagine...
in your state, Maria, the RJD, 24, 25% vote milta tha. Okay, how am I going to make 25%, 35%? I never thought. And unless you go beyond 35% when you're faced with a party like the BJP, you're not going to win elections.
Similar to what Thackeray perhaps missed, that they have to go beyond the traditional Marathi voters, that they cannot continue to attack the North Indians and see them and build that narrative of polarization. But, when we look at this party, it's that the new party president who arrived, in Amit Shah in 2014 of December, Rajdeep, he started looking at Uttar Pradesh because he had been the general secretary in charge of Uttar Pradesh. You had interviewed him then. And thereafter, how it expanded. Beyond UP, they looked at the western part of India. Then they started looking at Odisha. Again, a bastion of Naveen Patnaik fell in 2024 Lok Sabha polls. Then they are now looking at Bengal. But, of course, it will be a different ball game. But this is a party which is constantly on the move and on the
reinventing. Let's cut across.
I mean, it also has umpteen resources. Yes, I keep putting that caveat. Yes. It also has institutional support. Makes a huge difference. Rajat, I'm not doing that as a dilute. I'm just saying that is also
even when it was not in power, these ethos of an organization first approach was always there. So, I mean, how can you accuse them that they are in power and therefore they have the resources, so everything is
It all comes together. It benefits. It's not an accusation.
The point
is,
look at Congress party where they are in power. Yes. Pick Telangana state and Karnataka state. Look at the party. It's completely in shambles there.
Always, Rajat, in terms of BJP, what we are seeing as someone who has cracked the party, perhaps tracked the party for long, that the party works as an extended arm of the government. That the message of the government is communicated through the cadre. That the party and the government, there's no disconnect per se, Rajdeep, that we saw during the UPA years.
The number of micro events, Maria, the party does. Micro events. Yes. Every week, there is one or the other way to reach out either to the party cadres or through the party cadres to the public.
The
here
latest
is
one
the
being the
opposition party which barely
Somnath celebrations that have begun. But Dhaval Kulkarni,
yeah.
you know, the numbers are coming out. BJP now leading 93, edging towards 100 with about 152 seats, wards being counted. So that's about another 75 wards left. The BJP, if they could win more than half these wards, will be somewhere 130 to 140. Remember, it could even go higher because a number of close margin seats are involved. But that's the range that they are looking at the moment. 130 place 140, 93. Dhaval, it seems that most of the pollsters therefore have got the trend right. BJP about to script history in Mumbai. Are you surprised in any way by these numbers?
No, I am not surprised. See, number one, the BJP after all is an election winning machine. Now, its critics may say what they do after winning elections, that's a different debate altogether. But the Thackeray brothers, let us sort of get it clear. I mean, they had the first mover advantage. They had come together sometime in July, which was, they sort of, that was after a period of around 2 decades or so. They actually had the first mover advantage. So instead of focusing on the core vote base, the problems that the core vote base, that is the Marathi Manus faces in Mumbai, they made this election about themselves. No, it was about the two Thackeray brothers, which is where I think they went wrong. Again, in this climate of intense polarization, it was very difficult for them to retain the votes of the Marathi Manus who is now pro-Hindutva. Because see, Rajdeep, there are two elephants in the room. Number one, the intense religious polarization that we saw during the campaign. The Mumbai BJP president openly saying that we will not allow a Khan to become the mayor of Mumbai, which was, open dog whistling. Let us admit it. Incidentally, let me also tell you, let me make a slight digression here. The last Khan or the last Muslim to become the mayor of Mumbai was a man called Yusuf Meher Ali, who was a Congress leader, a freedom fighter and a socialist, and the man who had coined the Quit India slogan.
Oh, he was a great man. He's a great man. And I told this, I can tell you, I told this to a BJP leader I met from Mumbai the other day when I was there. I said, you keep saying Khan cannot become mayor. Probably, arguably, the greatest mayor that Mumbai had, who actually did the most for Mumbai, is Yusuf Meher Ali. But that's unfortunately, people don't remember history.
Rajdeep, it's a matter of record. And this is what the record says. This is not anecdotal evidence. The RSS and the Hindu Mahasabha did not participate in the Quit India movement, the slogan for which was coined by Yusuf Meher Ali. On the contrary, they opposited several places. That's a different issue. Debate altogether.
Let's not go back in time. Let's
But Dhaval, I want to ask you one quick question.
The other elephant in the room is the role of the State Election Commission. You saw this indelible ink coming out. Look, even the ink on my hand is fading without me making any special efforts to sort of wash it away, etc. So the second way, the kind of money power I've been told that has been deployed in this election, money power, muscle power, all this is shocking. I think, the election commission seriously needs to sort of pull up its socks. Otherwise, people will lose faith in the process. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm
questions that the election commission needs to answer, and they already did a fair amount of embarrassment as well, Dhaval, where they admitted. On the issue of indelible ring, on the issue of indelible ring, they said that they went wrong. But what's the point? It's come in 24 hours too late.
The point that Rajat made, this election commission has no accountability. This is an embarrassment which of a kind I don't think I have heard in Indian elections. To be fair, every election has the ink. Nobody has made such a big issue, and now the very fact that they have accepted that the marker pen should not have been used is a tacit admission that things went wrong. According to me, the election commission head should roll. This is not about Congress versus BJP or vote chori. This is about election commission failing. It does not mean the BJP would not have won. Sorry, I have got a cough, but go ahead.
All right, okay, Dhaval, I want to ask you one.
Credibility and sanctity. This is about the credibility and sanctity of the
those are points, process. But what we are looking at now, Dhaval, you're looking across 29 municipalities, and what you're seeing is a clear Saffron sweep of sorts. If you had to, Dhaval, put in, looking at the numbers that are there are few things which are jumping out. Number one, BJP will script history in Mumbai. It will be the single largest party. Number two, the Thackeray brand now stands completely relegated and diluted and not as potent as what it was. Number three, even the brand Pawars right now, you're looking at Pimpri Chinchwad, you're looking at Pune, you're looking at its strongholds. Even brand Pawars is coming into question. You go into a macro picture which we were discussing, where the sheer fact, Dhawal, that you have from 2017 to now, 8-year period, how the BJP has scripted inch by inch, one election by the other of the win that we see today across 29 municipalities. Also a cautionary tale where regional parties are concerned, regional outfits are concerned.
Yeah, true. I think this means a lot for family-run parties, because the Shiv Sena, the undivided Shiv Sena was set up by Balasaheb Thackeray. But today, Mr. Eknath Shinde can very legitimately claim the mantle of being the leader of the real Shiv Sena because he has the mandate. I mean, he got more seats than Uddhav Thackeray in the assembly elections. Now it seems that he is making significant headway in the BMC elections and even other civic body polls. So I think this means a lot for the future of family-run parties.
100 has been passed,
surprised.
Okay,
I won't be too surprised if the same template is
crossed
used.
a century. Dhawal, as we speak, the BJP-led alliance, and I think we need to emphasize and get a breakdown soon of how many wards is the BJP leading and how many Shinde Sena. The estimation from local Marathi channels is that it is about 1/4, 3/4 effectively. So you have the BJP at about 70, 75 and the Shinde Sena at about 25, 27. That's the rough calculation between the two. It possibly suggests that the BJP on its own may not cross the halfway mark, but that along with its allies, it will be well over the halfway mark. That's the picture that we are getting at the moment. And Maharashtra has not seen a pre-poll alliance getting such a big majority in a long while.
No, we'll have a BJP mayor for the first time. That is clear.
Yeah. Okay.
And interestingly, any party, Rajdeep, politically, I mean, if you look at the history also, if it becomes the axis of power and then all the other regional parties also, gravitate towards it. Isn't that how history has been? This is for, we can be saying that growth of the BJP is coming at the cost of its alliance partners, but the growth of the Congress also came at the cost of regional parties.
You see, the BJP has
in the past.
You see, the BJP realized, Maria, that they can never be Maharashtra's party number one or even Mumbai's party number one until the regional parties decline.
Yes.
So you have the BJP's rise coinciding with the decline because someone has to occupy the space, right?
Zero-sum problem. Politics is zero-sum.
As long as the regional...
one has to go down for the other to rise.
No, you see, as long as the battle was Congress versus BJP, it was comfortable. The BJP found it far more difficult in states like Maharashtra at times to take on regional parties.
And the reason is, because you've already shared, it is because of these regional satraps who used to hold on to the fort. Each of the four parties was somewhere around 20% each.
Yes.
And each one of them had their fair share of regional satraps. When this started collapsing and BJP was able to acquire all these satraps towards themselves and had that ideology to bind them together, it came out as a potent force which, with vote share-wise,
let's go to Tuhin Sinha of the BJP. Tuhin, you're a Mumbaikar of sorts. Day to celebrate, BJP set to get its first ever mayor of Mumbai. Your initial comments to what we are seeing, BJP may not have a majority on its own. You will require Eknath Shinde to have a majority, but you will get a mayor in all likelihood.
Well, good afternoon, Rajdeep. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, it's a very big day for Mumbai. Mumbai has come a long way since the last BMC elections in February 2017. And you can see, since you are also invested in Mumbai, you would see the difference which is apparent in the last 3 to 4 years. Now, a BMC mayor was obviously an unfinished agenda, an unfinished dream, which we had wanted for a very long period of time. But overall, if you look at the election results, two things are very clear. A triple engine sarkar, not only in Mumbai, but across Maharashtra. And number two, Even though we have believed since 2022 that the right inheritor of Balasaheb Thackeray's legacy is Eknath Shindeji, many did not believe, but I think the results are a reiteration of the fact that the right inheritor of Balasaheb Thackeray's legacy is certainly not the existing Thackeray brothers. The way they spewed venom against Biharis, against
The way to look at it is that the relevance of brand Thackeray is not as potent anymore.
Sorry?
I said the other way to, what you're saying is who's the inheritor. Let's say, because if you're looking at, let's say, whoever is the inheritor, but these numbers would suggest that the relevance of the brand in itself, of brand Thackeray, is not as potent anymore.
Well, if you still believe, that even in BMC, they would have been completely wiped out. Let's be realistic. They have been wiped out in the assembly election. Sooner than later, they will be wiped out of the assembly, of the BMC. Point is, they are in a time warp. On the one hand, while we were talking about the $1 trillion economy target for Mumbai by 2047, we were talking about the coastal road extension to Bhayandar. We were talking about 300 kilometers of metro stretch for Mumbai. The Mumbai, the Mulund Goregaon road, the tunnels which we are planning across Mumbai. All that they were doing was spewing venom against some community or the other. And I think this politics of hate, this politics of regressive ideas has been rejected. Do you believe, would Rajdeep believe on your show today? I'm asking Rajdeep a very straight and pointed question. Does Rajdeep believe that this was the last election for Marathi Manus in Mumbai? Do you believe that, Rajdeep?
Look, I am very clear.
Was this actually the last election?
No, 1 minute. Marathi Manus has his place in Mumbai and must get his place in Mumbai. But that Marathi Manus' place, that Marathi Manus identity cannot be by calling someone lungi. It cannot, let me finish. It cannot be by calling a South Indian lungi pungi or bashing up North Indians because they don't know Marathi. That is unacceptable to me. The Marathi Manus, like everyone else in Mumbai, needs a job, needs opportunities, needs aspiration. I also object to in Sinha when a BJP leader says, "Hum aayenge sarkar mein to koi Khan nahi banega mayor." I have problem with those who talk that language. I have problem with those who talk lungi pungi. Now you answer. You have a problem with one kind of politics. Do you object when your leader comes and says, "Hamare Raj mein koi Khan nahi banega mayor"? I have a problem with all those who speak this language of divide and rule.
So, first of all, you've taken an objective stand. I appreciate that. Marathi Manus needs to have his place in Mumbai. We absolutely agree. We absolutely agree with that. And that is the reason Devendra Fadnavis ji went out of the way to reiterate, to emphasize that the mayor of Mumbai will be a Hindu from the Marathi community. Unfortunately, the Uddhav Sena did not do that. But when it comes to decorum of language, yes, that needs to be maintained, and everybody should maintain that decorum of language.
To him, congratulations. We have vada pavs in the studio, Raj. Where do you get the best vada pav in Mumbai?
Kirti College. You must come to Kirti College.
I'm getting this.
But I'll tell you one thing. Very interesting result is coming from Malegaon. Malegaon is one of the few Muslim-dominated municipal corporations. Guess which party is leading? Take a guess. It's a party newly formed called an Islam party. So
they're looking at their own
this is a breakaway from the AIMIM and Congress leaders there. And they are leading in 22 seats. So actually, the Congress in particular, Mr. Shetty, even the Muslim vote is slowly deserting you and looking at options. This is the problem with the Congress. You have no base vote left. Every other party in Maharashtra has some base vote. You have no base vote left in Maharashtra state that you dominated. How can you? One thing was Uttar Pradesh and Bihar where you declined. Now you have declined in your last fortress.
Let me just remind you, Rajdeep, during the Lok Sabha election, out of 48 seats, Congress and Alliance had won 31. This same Devendra Fadnavis have come down to 17. And Narendra Modi ji, who planned for 400 par, came down to 240. So this dynamics will change election after election. So nothing is permanent in politics. And
Mr. Shetty, the argument is you're so hung up on what happened in Lok Sabha that you let the Vidhan Sabha go and now look at what's happened now.
Let me just complete, please. You didn't interrupt the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson.
My apologies.
Now we need to understand. Now we need to even question the Bharatiya Janata Party, how all these elections were conducted. You didn't question the Bharatiya Janata Party when they did an alliance with MIM. You didn't question the Bharatiya Janata Party when they bought 15 Congress members.
That's incorrect, we did. That's incorrect, because we did.
Let me complete, ma'am. You don't interrupt when BJP spokesperson talks. Okay, third thing, you are having a vada pav. I can see that. Now, at least you will not interrupt me. Now, very importantly, we need to ask the election commission why VVPAD was missing in all the polling booths. Secondly, why this new technology of why the marker was used during this voting process. And thirdly,
marker has been used since 2011. We must correct that. Marker has been used in local elections in 2011. Something went wrong clearly in this time. Nobody is denying that something went wrong.
Rajiv ji, I myself was a MLA candidate from Mulund constituency, so I know the thing. Please don't tell us what was used. Marker started in this BMC election. First time we are looking at this marker, and which could be easily removed out. And bogus voting in every ward was found, because when our people went in, polling agents were inside, and we found that already the voting happened. Even after having valid IDs, they were denied the right of vote. And the way Election Commission has conducted the BMC polls and the result what I am looking at, I think the Marathi Manus of Mumbai will come out on street and protest. You will see it soon. If the trend what you are showing.
Sudhir Vyas, you are hearing what is being said. 1 minute now, Mr. Shetty.
Yeah.
You are saying that the people of Mumbai will come out and protest against this result.
Definitely.
Mr. Shetty, you're making a very serious. You're now claiming that there will be protests on the city against this vote. Sushil Vyas, you want to respond?
Very big
Let Sushil Vyas now respond.
You're on mute, sir.
You're on mute.
Rajdeep ji, on the contrary, you will see that late in the evening today there will be a great celebration of a victory of Mahayuti all over Mumbai and elsewhere in Maharashtra also. But what my dear friend Rakesh Shetty ji was saying, he is a bit confused. Assembly elections are held by Election Commission of India, whereas these elections are State Election Commission. The rules are different, procedures are different. And the marker, as you rightly said, was 2011. The circular is there, 15 November 2011, 28 November 2011, circular was issued. That marker will be used in local body election. And if you don't know that, on these present elections also, September 2025, there was a handbook which was uploaded on the State Election Commissioner's site, which says that on page 14, the marker pen will be used for marking. So please, if you people don't study, you people don't go through the procedure, you don't know the procedure.
Mr. Vyas, that is not an excuse. That cannot be an excuse. This election commission in Maharashtra has much to answer for. Please don't make an excuse for them. This is unacceptable. 1 minute, Mr. Shetty now. Let him, Shiv Sena. It is not about, I repeat, this marker pen controversy is not about BJP versus or vote chori. It is about the failure of the election commission to conduct the election properly. They should be ashamed. They should be accountable for it. You should be calling for their accountability, irrespective of whichever party. How can a marker pen disappear like this?
Rajdeep, while the Congress has not been consistent in its excuses, first from EVM tampering to vote chori to these marker pens, at least you should be consistent, because you just said that in 2011 also marker pens were used. So, it's not as if they were used suddenly yesterday. They have been used over a long period of time.
It has been used since 2011, but this time there is a problem
of course
with that.
And that is... of course, and that is why the Election Commission is responsive. That is why a decision has been taken not to use it in future. But, I think for the Congress party and for a section of media to be taken seriously, they should be more consistent in the excuses they manufacture. First it was
one second, Tuhin. I understand the defense that you make of your party, and you're supposed to do so. Why make a defense? Why defend the Election Commission here? Why defend the Election Commission? The fact is, somebody did clearly.
I'm not defending the Election Commission at all. I am saying
there was an issue where the ink from the markers was indelible. Make your point, sir.
No, so I'm not defending the Election Commission at all. I'm saying the Election Commission should be responsive to complaints, to suggestions, to excuses, and they have shown their responsiveness today by taking a decision that marker pens will henceforth not be used. But the point is, what was it used yesterday for the first time? No. There are umpteen precedents of the marker pen having been used in the past.
But
And
this
there are
time
elections
around,
which we have
Tuheen,
also
this
lost
time around,
with
the
the marker
ink
pens.
could be
Did we
removed.
complain?
Earlier
Did we
on, they
complain
were
at that
not
point
being
of
able
time?
to be removed.
Okay, let me just bring you the big picture of Maharashtra. Let's go corporation by corporation. Mumbai clear. BJP will get its first mayor of Mumbai, and the BJP Shiv Sena alliance will form the government. Its only question is, can the BJP on its own approach 100? Let's now turn to Vasai Virar. Lovely banana plantation area used to be a... There the BJP at the moment is battling it out with the local BVA of the Thakur brothers. Bhiwandi, let's go. Panvel, BJP leading. Mumbai, as we said, BJP leading. Nanded, Marathwada, BJP leading. Parbhani, no results at the moment. Kalyan, Dombivli, BJP 30, Shiv Sena 31. Shiv Sena number one party in Thane. The Shiv Sena, that's the Eknath Shinde Sena. In Navi Mumbai, the BJP now well ahead with 68, dominating Navi Mumbai as well. Pune, clear sweep for the BJP. They are leading in 90 out of the 165. The Pawars have been decimated in Pune, and the Thackeray brothers also. The one area where the Congress is leading is Chandrapur in Vidarbha. The Congress's best performances are coming in Vidarbha outside of Nagpur at the moment. In Bhiwandi, interestingly, the BJP Shiv Sena is leading. Now remember, the others here include the AIMIM. They are giving a fight there. Large Muslim population there in Bhiwandi. But overall, if I look at the map of Maharashtra, the BJP is set to win about 20 plus municipal corporations, possibly even go as high as 23, 24. The Congress could win at best a couple, and in Malegaon you'll have a smaller party winning, but you've got a situation where the BJP has become the dominant party across Maharashtra. Vidarbha, Marathwada, Western Maharashtra, Northern Maharashtra, and indeed in the Mumbai Konkan belt. And that, I think, is the story. Just not Mumbai. This is a sweep now across the state of Maharashtra.
So it's essentially taking forward what happened in the assembly elections.
It's taking forward what happened, yes, in your home state of Bihar as well, Maria. But I think what's happened is that for a long time in Maharashtra, it was a mirror cracked. You had different parties in different areas, regional satraps who would win their districts. Even that's not happening. Many of them have, of course, joined the BJP, like Ganesh Naik in Navi Mumbai. So you have regional leaders also who've done their deals with the BJP. Irrespective of that, I think this is an election which is perhaps reflecting the end of that regional satrapi Raj of Maharashtra. And I think that's a significant change in Maharashtra's politics with the two other families both on the back foot, Pawars and Thackeray.
So it's a rejection of the dynasty politics. One may read it as the big picture emerging, as much as it is the celebration of the triple engine. Rajat, Rajdeep, that point that has been said by the BJP, that if you have the same government in the state and also in the local body, it certainly helps. Whether it helps or translates into gains, that remains to be seen. But MLA and local जो mayor है या वो of the same party certainly would ensure that the region or that pocket develops.
Yes, BJP now pulling ahead even in Nashik, BJP pulling ahead in Pimpri Chinchwad. Now in all these areas, BJP plus Shiv Sena now dominant in Kolhapur. So Western Maharashtra used to be the bastion of the NCP and the Pawars for the longest time. Even that's going away from them. Sangli, Miraj, closer fight at the moment. Solapur, the BJP well ahead, 54, Congress just down to 2. Now the MP from Solapur is Pranati Shinde of the Congress. So the Congress has not even been able to build on its successes that it had in the Lok Sabha. To answer your point, even if I have the MP, MLA, people are not necessarily connecting with the Congress at the absolute grassroots level. And I think that's the big shift that's taken place from 2024. I think the 2024 elections, there were other factors that played out. Samvidhan khatre mein hai. The fact that the Ajit Pawar alliance with BJP was not working quite so effectively. The BJP has overcome all their their problems. The opposition has scored one self-goal after the other. Jalna, these are all seats which, in Marathwada also, where again dominance
Nawab
of the...
Malik brother has lost.
Nawab Malik's brother has lost, now no
Captain
surprise.
Malik.
Remember the NCP, Maria, has been reduced now to the party of Nawab Malik in Mumbai. And his daughter won an MLA seat. But again, all these family Raj parties are finding it more and more difficult to hold on to their families.
So what was seen as a well thought out calibration of the BJP, that if NCP Sharad Pawar and NCP Ajit Pawar comes together, it will be advantage then. That was one of the readings, right?
But the voter sees through it.
Yeah, exactly.
The voter is seeing through it.
It is not stapling two papers together. It is not as easy as that,
but
right?
Then why did the nephew and the uncle come together? What was their calculation if it has badly failed?
Because the BJP wasn't giving them.
No, because Maria, all of these parties are family-based parties. They treat these areas as their fiefdoms. So you want to protect your fiefdom. Same thing with the Thackeраys in Mumbai. कि हमारा गढ़ है, ये हमारा गढ़ है. So when it's your गढ़, you come together. But in Mantralaya, you are with the other side. Voters are seeing through it. Your workers and karyakartas are seeing through it. One day you are telling me that you have to oppose my uncle. Next day you are saying, no, we are with uncle. One day you are sitting on a stage with uncle smiling together. Next day you are with Fadnavis and Modi. I think the voters want consistency. If the opposition has to decide in Maharashtra,
but Rajiv,
do you want to stay together or not?
But for someone who's followed, the Pawars for a while in terms of their politics, you have a Sharad Pawar who's retiring now. You have a Supriya Sule.
No, not retiring. Not tired, not retired.
Not retired, not tired, but possibly what was his role even this time around, right?
Agreed.
And then where's the future now? What, especially losing in your strongest holds in the manner in which you have, where is the future?
The future is...
How do you reinvent?
One Jilla, Baramati only.
Look,
that's exactly. So how do you
beyond
reinvent?
Baramati.
No, it's very clear. The opposition space is opening up in Maharashtra. Are you good enough to capitalize on it? Are you good enough to be consistent? Will you get the best people in those roles? Maharashtra Congress Chief, Mr. Sakpal, he's a good, nice guy, but he's not a pan-Maharashtra leader for a new, younger, aspirational Maharashtra. There is a desperate need for a newer leadership. What did BJP do with Fadnavis? They took a leap of faith. Devendra Fadnavis, if I'm not mistaken, was a single-time MLA when he became the Chief Minister of Maharashtra in 2014 at the age of what, 44? At the age of 44. And you completely removed an entire generation, partly because, of course, Gopinath Munde passed away in a tragic accident, otherwise he could have become. But the BJP took their chances. Now, is the opposition willing to take their chances with the younger leadership, stay with it, have an ideological base to it? You are aligning with Prakash Ambedkar, with whom you were fighting only last year in the Vidhan Sabha. I said, nahi hota hai.
So perhaps the voters are of the opinion that if they are not going, that none of these opposition parties are ready or prepared to take on the BJP. In Malegaon, as you pointed out, it is the Islam party. So they are looking for a completely new player in the market.
Look, at the end of the day, Maria, unless the opposition gets its act together in Maharashtra, it will find itself increasingly on the retreat like in many other states. Particularly the Congress. You see, the Congress will be now in the same situation that they are in some northern states or in Gujarat. But there's a breaking news, interestingly, a unique triple win for a family. In Maharashtra, Parivar abhi bhi jinda hai. Three of a family of the Thackeray family have won in Thane. They're all from the Shiv Sena. This is the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde. Rekha Mhatre has won, Raveen Mhatre has won, Prahlad Mhatre has won. All from different parties, sorry. Rekha Mhatre, Shiv Sena, Raveen Mhatre, BJP, Prahlad Mhatre, MNS. So they have also made sure
everyone has
हमारे आदमी चारों तरफ है. But that can happen in Maharashtra.
Power is in the family.
But that is the politics of Maharashtra, Rajdeep, isn't it?
That's right.
You have, at one end, you have an Ajit Pawar with the BJP, then Ajit Pawar now with his uncle.
No, and that's the problem. When you have a maha mess on one side and you have clarity provided, one leader, a strong organization, clear ideology. The BJP differentiates itself from the other side completely. And I think that Maharashtrians have had enough of this politics of Aya Patil, Gaya Patil, Aya Pawar, Gaya Pawar, you're going here, you're going there. They want consistency. If the opposition can give that, I still believe that the social base in Maharashtra, unlike in a Gujarat, is more conducive to some of the politics of the
even
opposition.
the politicians there who keep switching sides, they also need to give a pause to it, because then the public sees through it. I mean, they're like, even if I go out and vote in Pimpri, for example, to Ajit Dada, those corporators won't even stick there.
Absolutely.
The next day they'll walk over.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and this is why are we discussing Bihar? All the 6 Congress MLAs are willing to switch sides and go into JDU, because there is no glue to hold them. What is that single purpose for them? What are they fighting for when those 6 people are sitting in Bihar Assembly?
Whichever party
Something has to be there for
is the
them to latch
central
on to.
pillar of politics, that's what it happens across the country. That has the power, or perhaps
you need to have a purpose, right? I mean, when every day a Congress MLA in Bihar gets up, what is he going out and fighting for? My principal problem is when your ideology is so diluted, and by the season, of the day you are trying to, or of the year, you're trying to pick issues, run with it, and then leave it.
no, but then
Right now,
that is
vote
the
chori is just an
ideology,
issue. You
Rajat,
run
that
with it for a few months.
ensured the
and
victory of these MLAs. So it is about now being drawn towards power.
No, but it did not happen. This is what I'm saying. BJP was also in opposition, continues to be in opposition in several states. This kind of politics is not there. This kind of impatience is not there.
Rajat, the BJP is having a good day. Good day at the office.
BJP inching towards the halfway mark. Remember, 114 is the halfway mark. We have counted 172 wards are counting. They're not all results at the moment. So with about, 55 wards left, the BJP's led alliance is 7 away from a majority. Dhaval Kulkarni, is this a day where Maharashtra's politics has changed dramatically, perhaps forever, or at least for the near future?
So, to use a slightly rhetorical flourish, I think we can say that the BJP is now striding the political stage of Maharashtra like a colossus. But there's an interesting sort of outlier here. I mean, from what I know, Latur, where the state BJP President Ravindra Chavan went and said that people will forget the legacy of the late Vilasrao Deshmukh. So there, I think the Congress is making some gains. The Congress is leading over the BJP. So that seems to be an interesting outlier. The other outlier seems to be the Vasai-Virar Municipal Corporation, where the Bahujan Vikas Agadi, which is a sub-regional formation led by the Thakur family, that is giving a very tough fight to the BJP. So there are 2 interesting outliers there, but yes, because Pune, Pimpri Chinchwad, where it was expected that Ajit Pawar's party would give a tough fight to the BJP. So there the BJP seems to be ahead. So overall, yes, I mean, the BJP has reinforced its position as the number 1 political formation in Maharashtra.
You're actually right. You pointed out a good one there, Latur. I want to tell our viewers, the best news for the Congress is coming from Latur. This is Vilasrao Deshmukh's old bastion in Marathwada. The Congress is leading in 35, the BJP in 13. And you're right, Ravindra Chavan made that comment.
I think even in Kolhapur.
Kolhapur at the moment it's a tight fight, but the BJP is ahead in it slightly.
But Rajdeep,
remember,
what you say, clutching at
BJP Sena had swept the region of BJP Sena NCP, that swept the entire district during the assembly elections. So, in case the Congress does come to power in Kolhapur, it's again an outlier. It shows again Rajdeep, it shows the importance of having for the Congress. It shows the importance of having a very strong local leadership. And Amit Deshmukh in Latur, or Dheeraj Deshmukh in Latur, of Satish Patil in Kolhapur. These are the kind of leaders that the Congress needs to nurture. Somebody whom the party cadre can look up to.
I don't think it is for us journalists anymore to give the Congress any lesson, because they don't embrace them, they don't accept them. But we'll leave it for that. But my colleagues Maria and Preeti will now take over as we see the BJP now approaching the halfway mark. As we go to lunchtime, the BJP can have a good Maharashtrian Kai Khanar. Today, what is a good Maharashtrian lunch that they can have? They can have Amti, they can have Shrikhand, they can certainly, BJP leaders love Shrikhand, by the way. So they can have Shrikhand Puri today. Maria, Preeti, what are you guys? You're going to stick to Vada Pav? That's rather boring. Shrikhand, much better, much nicer to have for lunch. But the headlines at this moment.
Mahayuti nears a halfway mark. BJP set to sweep Mumbai. Opposition accuses the BJP of vote malpractices. BJP mocks opposition, calls them Bahana Brigade. It's the big India Today impact. Maharashtra State Election Commission bars the use of marker pens in the upcoming Zilla Parishad elections. Ahead of the Tamil Nadu polls, India Today speaks to AIADMK General Secretary EPS. He says that there is no Vijay factor in Tamil Nadu. Full interview will be playing at 6 p.m.
Big update on the deadly Air India crash. Pilot Sabharwal's nephew is said to be questioned by the crash probe authorities. Pilot body condemns the move. Says why harass a family of a deceased pilot. International Monetary Fund lauds India's growth, says strong consumption has pushed GDP figures better than expected. BJP mocks Rahul Gandhi's dead economy giant.
What we have seen in India is that India is a key growth engine for the world.
I presented the President of the United States the medal.
And amidst rising US-Venezuela tensions, Venezuela's opposition leader Maria Corina Machado presents her Nobel Peace Prize to Trump. Trump confirms possession of the medal. Set to form. Moment celebrations have begun in Mumbai and across Maharashtra because the BJP is sweeping most of the 29 municipal corporations. As of now, BJP approaching the halfway mark in Mumbai, all set to form the government in the Mumbai Municipal Corporation. For the first time, Mumbai will get a BJP mayor. The BJP building on its performance in 2017 where elections were last held there. Then they had won 82 seats. This time on their own, they could be well past that number and along with the Shiv Sena are crossing the halfway mark. It's a big day, a saffron surge across the cities and towns of Maharashtra. At least in over 20 of the 29 constituencies, the BJP-led alliance is firmly ahead. The Thackerays have taken a blow today, so have the Pawars. So clearly at the moment, it is a big day for the Bharatiya Janata Party. With me is my colleague Maria Shakil. We're also going to be joined by several guests. All of this showing the BJP Bharia consistently building up on what it did in the Vidhan Sabha in November of 2024. It is now the dominant party of Maharashtra.
Across Maharashtra, that's the picture that's appearing. But as far as the BMC is concerned, remember it is the richest civic body of the country with 74,000 crore budget. And the BJP has already scored a century and is ready to lead the BMC. In the last elections, which were held in 2017, it was the united Shiv Sena, comprising of Eknath Shinde and Uddhav Thackeray. They had retained the grip of the BMC. It is the BMC which had been controlled by the Sena for decades. The overall figures for 29 municipal corporations across Maharashtra too tilt in BJP's favor, and overall tally shows that the BJP is ahead in nearly 600 wards, while ally Shiv Sena, led by Shinde, is leading in 164. If we look at the party-wise tally, the Congress stands third with leads in 147 seats, a major chunk coming from Bhiwandi, Nizampur, Nagpur and Kolhapur. The Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray, is fourth, leading in 78 seats, which is followed by Ajit Pawar's NCP in 70. Besides Mumbai, Pune is also being keenly watched because it was the coming together of the uncle and the nephew. They have been decimated in Pune. The BJP is racing ahead here as well.
Okay, let's go to our guests. Rajat Sethi still with us, also joining us, Amitabh Tiwari of Voter Vibe, and I'm also joined by Sanju Verma, Mumbaikar, and BJP's national spokesperson. Sanju Verma, I don't see you with the crowds. I thought you'd be among the crowds there, throwing gulal. But you're in, obviously going from one studio to the other. First of all, congratulations. Big saffron surge, not just in Mumbai, but across Maharashtra. If there was one factor that you believe is responsible for this victory, what would it be? Who do you give the real credit to here today?
You know, this sounds like a very cliched response, Rajdeep, but
I tweeted about yesterday after we had that very engaging debate. And I said, finally, at the end of the day, let truth be told. The Modi brand of politics has emerged victorious with no offense to none. State leadership did a great job. The ordinary karyakarta on the ground did a great job. But at the end of the day, the voter believes in something called trust deficit, which is what the Congress and Uddhav Sena have come to epitomize. And then there is something called, blind faith. भाई जो कुछ भी हो जाए, यदि हमने बीएमसी में भी मुंबईकर के तौर पर कमल पर छाप लगाया, the performance oriented delivery systems will work even here. Because don't forget, the Congress has left a very sour taste in everybody's mouth. Look what the Greater Bengaluru Authority / the BBMP has done. Look at the
one minute. Sanju Verma, you also, you're someone who looks at facts closely. For much of the last 25 years, the BJP has ruled the Mumbai Municipal Corporation in collaboration with the Shiv Sena. So it's almost as if now you're suddenly saying, नहीं, हमने नहीं किया, जो भी बुरा हुआ शिव सेना ने किया. अरे आप लोग दोनों यारी दोस्त थे. You were very close allies. You all messed up Mumbai for 25 years. Now you are remembering delivery. For 25 years, where was your delivery then?
Rajdeep, I thought at least today you will show some grace and you will not come up with disclaimers and, take pot shots at the BJP and Sanju Verma. I will tell you.
You said.
Now, please.
Madam, I'm not taking a pot shot. I'm just giving you a fact.
Rajdeep, what you choose to claim are your facts. I rebut and say that they're not facts. Those are biased perceptions. And I debunk your perception right now. BMC mein Anna, in the 2017 Chunav, the Shinde Sena was nowhere in picture. It was a united Shiv Sena under Thackeray, which had 84 seats. BJP had 82 seats. I take that point. But you forget one very important thing. The most important body in the BMC is the Standing Committee of BMC, which looks at finance, looks at taxation, looks at execution, everything from polls to BMC schools. And in the last 37 years, from 1985 till 2022, by 4 years, from 1982 to 1996, Standing Committee chairman was always an Uddhav Thackeray acolyte. Standing Committee chairperson was always an Uddhav Thackeray Darbari. And that's the reason I say that Uddhav Thackeray's brand or whatever little of it was left, having been totally decimated, is because of this particular reason. People have seen through the charade of Thackeray brothers, Raj and Uddhav. And they have also seen through the shade of the Thackeray cousins, Amit Thackeray and Aditya Thackeray. And they have seen कि जहां डबल इंजन या ट्रिपल इंजन सरकार होती है, वहां पर growth oriented politics.
You made your point strongly. You believe there's a delivery. Okay, you believe there's a delivery model that has worked. Amitabh Tiwari is joining us at this moment. Jayant Mainkar, senior journalist, is joining us, and my friend Sushi Ben Shah of the Shiv Sena will join us shortly. But let's go to each of you first. Jayant Mainkar, your first reactions to what you've seen. Are you surprised by the scale of the victory, not just in Mumbai, but across Maharashtra?
It was expected. It was long expected. After the Ladli Behna scheme virtually disbursed money, 1,500 rupees, and out of which 450 crore were given to wrongfully to all the women and sometimes at some places even to the men. And that particular money was not taken out. That was a sort of bribe, and at that time it was only felt that the same thing will be repeated in Mumbai also.
You're saying it's a victory of freebie politics. You're saying it's a victory of freebie politics of cash handouts. Am I correct?
Of course, it is continuing. Secondly, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has openly said that we will have Hindu mayor, and if Thackerays would come to power, there will be Khan as a mayor. Then we are having Zohran Mamdani and Sadiq Khan in London and New York. We are having such chauvinistic politics by the Hindutvavadi party, which is already in that chauvinistic approach, and we are continuing with that. So they are blaming, then it was countered by there will be a Marathi mayor, and above all these things are there, and above all, the last thing, Of course, we cannot forget that 25-year Thackeray's ruled it. And of course, Thackeray's were well assisted by BJP. So BJP cannot say we were not the part of that.
Okay,
that is not
I
the
take
case.
your point, Mr. Menkar. I'm glad to see that BJP has now reached the halfway mark. That's right. This is in terms of leads. BJP has crossed the halfway mark in the Mumbai Municipal Corporation. A historic first for the BJP. History being created. BJP will get its mayor in all likelihood now in Mumbai. 115 out of 198 at the moment. UBT and MNS at about 68 is what we are looking at. Just 29 more wards to go. The BJP has crossed the halfway mark. Doesn't look like getting 2/3 or 150. More likely now to cross the halfway mark and have a simple majority. But that is a big day. Amitabh Tiwari, it appears the upper limit that some pollsters gave, 150 plus, unlikely as of now. That could change again. But as of now, clear, simple majority to the BJP. Do you get a sense if the UBT had tied up with the Congress, they would be better off looking at these numbers now?
In hindsight, yeah, I mean, they might have been better off. But I don't think that the scale of the result would have been fairly different, because all these three parties had fought in alliance, which is the Congress, NCP, SP, and the Shiv Sena UBT, even in the 2024 Vidhan Sabha elections, and they had lost out in the Mumbai zone in a big manner, 22 seats to Mahayuti versus 14 seats to the MVA. So the result may not have changed, but I think strategy-wise, the Congress perhaps left it to the UBT and Raj Thackeray alliance to take on the BJP, taking a back seat. The Thackeray brothers felt that the Marathi Asmita factor would consolidate the Marathi vote. That's not happening, because as per Access My India, only 50% or rather 49% of the Marathi Manus vote is being backed by the UBT and the Raj Thackeray alliance, and 30%, a very big chunk, is being backed by the BJP and the Eknath Shinde alliance. And they perhaps thought that the Muslim community would have no other option but to vote for them, because they were best positioned to defeat the BJP. I think that also has not happened. The historical tensions between the Shiv Sena and the minority community, and the fact that at any point of time they can still go back to the BJP, nobody stops them. Congress, the only party which cannot do that, also created a confusion in the minds of the minority voters who have largely stayed with Congress.
Susi Shah of the Shiv Sena Shinde faction also joins us on this broadcast. Susi Shah, how are you looking at the numbers? Of course, a lot of reason for all of you to cheer.
Yes, absolutely. And congratulations to Sanju. We did a great job together. 25-year-old friendship, and we have swept the Vidhan Sabha, the Nagar Palika, Nagar Parishad, and now BMC. But Mr. Sardesai, you must take this. This election was all about Vikas, development, but it was also about Sangathan. You see, we have a strong foot soldiers on the ground, and you know, our Eknath Raoji Shinde, he's risen from the ground, he's risen from the cadre. So what he does is, he really strengthens the cadre, and especially the candidate. He is the person who's taken 70 sabhas, whether it be sabhas, whether it be roadshows, whether it be Shakha Beti, and individual in Mumbai. He has ensured that every candidate is empowered in all manner, whether it be social media. He had 2 MLAs working with the candidate. You all know that I've also been on the other side. Before anyone points out, let me only point out. But this Shiv Sena party, the Mahayuti, respects the cadre, salutes the cadre. And today you see a combination of development, the combination of Sangathan, we have romped home. And the Mumbaikar, they have redefined what is Mumbai.
Are you not worried that it is the Shiv Sena's dominance of 30 years in the BMC which has ended? It will be the BJP which will now be dominating, and you are the second partner.
I won't say dominating. They
the Big Brother has been decided by Maharashtra.
No, but they contested more seats. We contested on 90. So as I said, we have a 25-year-old, the oldest oldest coalition, the oldest friendship is with us. And therefore, in us, it is not bade chote, it is not big brother, small brother. We work in tandem, shoulder to shoulder, and shoulder to shoulder, and you see what has happened. Our communication, look at our communication. There is never, ever any confusion. We might fight separately. We might win separately, but in the public, we go as one. There has never been a commotion. There have not been press conferences, one backbiting the other. Never. So this is two powerful parties. When they come together, especially when there is at the elections, at the Karyakarta election, there might be aspirations, ambitions of the Karyakarta, which we have to pay heed to. But at the top level, we have always spoken in one voice, in one language. And you see the result. In 2.5 years, Mr. Sardesai, you are a Mumbaikar. You've seen how Mumbai has changed. There are tangible results on ground. And
I concede. I really appreciate the coastal road. I really appreciate the metro. I really appreciate the Atal Setu. But I must also take you to some of central Mumbai parts. I must also tell our viewers and you that 95% of the funds of the BMC in the last 4 years only went to councillors and MLAs of constituencies of the Shiv Sena or BJP. So, ma'am, and many of them misused that money. Roads were dug up. Potholes were there on the roads, and again after 1 year, the same road was being repaired. So the record is spotty. I'm not saying everything must be put at the door of an individual. All I'm saying, the effort is there. I appreciate the effort, but don't say all is well.
Mr. Sardesai, Rome was not built in a day. While we have taken charge today, you in 2017 knew that improvement committee, standing committee was with Ubata. The Sahib called the shots. Unfortunately, Eknath Rauji Shinde was never allowed to emerge. Was never allowed.
The last 4 years you have been in charge. Susi Ben Shah, my point is, ever since the BMC got dissolved, last 4 years, it is your people who have been running the show. All the bureaucrats respond to Mantralaya.
The 4 years we have started to cement concretization of the road. By 2026, there will not be a single pothole. And you see the tangible results. See the pollution, how we are controlling it. The point is there are difficulties.
The pollution is terrible in Mumbai this year. It has gone to record levels.
But we are... Mr. Sardesai, we are acting on it. We have results. We have solutions. You see the water pollution.
Are you giving me a guarantee 1 year from now there will be no pothole in Mumbai? Are you giving me a guarantee 1 year from now, no potholes?
By 2026, no efforts will be spared to ensure that Mumbai is pothole free. It is an assurance, it's a promise.
Will you ensure that the Mithi River is desilted? Will you ensure that the desilting of the Mithi River takes place? Will you ensure that the drains which are clogged every monsoon will be declogged? Will you ensure that the water logging stops? Will you ensure clean drinking water in every chawl and slum? These are the real issues of Mumbai. Will you ensure quality of BST bus services improve? Not just give freebies of 50% benefit of tickets to women?
But Mr. Sardesai, I don't have any doubt that we will not be doing it. You be rest assured, and I have no doubt that all these aspects that you raised, it is there in our manifesto, and we are going to act on it. We are going to act, and you will see the difference. The next time after a year, maybe after 6 months, I will have a cup of tea with you and see, Mr. Sardesai, how Mumbai is changing. Mumbai is changing.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Maria, it's very interesting. A friend of mine came from New York, also a Mumbaikar, came after a couple of years, and I took him on the metro ride. And he said, wow, what a metro. So I think what's happened is that because for so many years, there was no new urban renewal. Whatever has happened, Mumbaikars are delighted. Coastal road benefits me. I can go to the airport much faster. There is a class of people who've been benefited. The challenge is now, how do you reach out to the have-nots? The have-nots of Mumbai have lost out. Sanju Verma may not. She's not a have-not. She's a have. But the have-nots have lost out. And I hope that Sanju Verma will look at their concerns as well, as much as she looks at metros and coastal road. Sanju Verma, you agree?
Okay, let me first say this very clearly, Rajdeep. I stay at Breach Candy, which is in the Malabar Hill constituency. Now, if that makes me a have, yeah. So if that makes me a have, so be it. But I just want to say one thing.
Be it. I
that
agree.
even in one of even in one of the most stony localities, in Mumbai, facing the sea, I can see the lives of ordinary Mumbaikars has changed too. When I take the coastal road, when I take the Atal Setu, or when I take the underground pass connecting Breach Candy to Marine Drive, earlier it used to take half an hour. Now if I take the underground pass, Breach Candy to Marine Drive is 3 minutes. और ज्यादा ट्रैफिक मिल गया तो 6 मिनट. And I see so many ordinary Mumbaikars taking advantage of this infrastructure revolution that has been unleashed in the last couple of years. It's not only people staying in Malabar Hill. It's not people staying in Pedder Road. It's not people staying in Kolaba. It is also people staying in Nala Sopara, people staying in Thane, people staying in Bhivandi, people staying in Baikala, people staying in Panvel. Everybody has benefited, and that is the reason, Rajdeep, we are leading in 20 out of the 29 corporations with a strike rate of 69%. That is the reason for the Mahayuti getting 230 out of 288 seats with a strike rate of 80%. That is the reason you saw the BJP winning 132 seats with a strike rate of 91%.
So how did that not happen 2 years? No, all of this is well. How did that not happen in Lok Sabha when you won only 17 out of 48? What has suddenly changed in the last 20 months?
Okay. Rajdeep, what I like best about you is that BJP जब जीतती है तब भी बीजेपी से सवाल पूछते हो आप. जब बीजेपी हारती है तब भी बीजेपी से सवाल पूछते हो आप. अरे राजदीप जी थोड़ा रुकिए. You are one of my favorite anchors along with Maria. So let me also,
now I'm worried. Now I'm getting scared.
Let me say things in good humor. I want you to, say once. It's not about Marathi versus non-Marathi, Gujarati versus Tamil, Telugu versus Sindhi. Why is it that no journalist, and I'm not taking pot shots at you, why is it that no journalist is saying that maybe one of the biggest reasons the Thackerays have been decimated is because of a lady called Kishori Pednekar, very close to the Uddhav Thackray family. She was the mayor of Mumbai during COVID. And what did she do? She's involved in the body bag scam. Us par baat kariye. She's involved in the SRA scam. She's involved in the Worli rehabilitation slum development scam. She's even filed a false affidavit. पर पूरी की पूरी जो पिड्डी मीडिया है, people have heard of गोदी media. I say there is one PIDI, पिड्डी मीडिया. पिड्डी मीडिया के मुंह में दही जम गया है. They will not talk about the fact that Uddhav Thackeray was running Mumbai from Matoshri. Can you imagine a chief minister not visiting Mantralaya once when people were falling down like a pack of cards during COVID? And tell me, Rajdeep, you're so seasoned and you're a Mumbaikar. Tell me one instance in the last so many days, protocol and courtesy to go to Mantralaya and hand over.
But that's not an answer to my. So how did they win? How did they do? Ma'am, I take all your points. So how did they do so well in 2024 and so badly now? What has changed in 20 months? A quick answer.
What has changed is that people realized हमने जो मोदी जी के साथ गद्दारी की, बीजेपी को 400 नहीं देकर 240 दिए, और जो भाजपा को हमने लोकसभा 2024 में बहुमत से जिताया नहीं, people somewhere felt that guilt, and the guilt vote translated into a resounding victory in assembly elections for BJP, not only in Maharashtra, but in Delhi, in Bihar. We did so well in Jammu, if not the Kashmir part of it. So, we won 4 out of 6 states which went into assembly elections after Lok Sabha 2024. That's a strike rate of 67%, Rajdeep. 67% strike rate in the 4 states that went into poll.
Madam, point taken. You're on a roll. When you're on a roll, I don't like to stop you because then you go on Twitter and attack me. So I'm very scared of Sanju Verma.
Whenever I attacked you, why do you always say that I attacked you?
Achha, but go ahead, Maria.
Yes,
Maria,
the
go ahead.
images
Maria,
are
go ahead.
coming in
Maria,
now
go ahead, please.
of celebrations happening. Those are the images coming from Worli. The BJP supporters and workers are all out on the streets. This is the image. The Shiv Sena control of PMC has ended after 30 long years. So it's history, what we are witnessing right now. Let me go back to Amitabh Tiwari. Amitabh Tiwari, while we look at these numbers, the message is that not just BMC, it's about the bastions, be it the bastions of the Thackerays, the supposed bastion, or of the Pawars. That has also fallen in this, many would say, a wave election across Maharashtra.
Yeah, essentially, if you see, majority of the 29 municipal corporations, I think 22 to 23, it seems that the Mahayuti, the BJP, either on a standalone basis or in alliance with the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena, is leading in majority of the municipal corporations. So, see, the municipal corporations represent the urban voice of Maharashtra. Maharashtra is one of the highly urbanized, one of the highest perhaps urbanized states of India. So, what it also shows is that the strategy of the opposition, which is largely banking on igniting the Marathi Asmita or the pride, does not seem to be working with the middle class, the aspirational middle class, as along with the youth of the Maharashtra. So the strategies need to be tweaked by the opposition, considering the type of elections they are facing. In a highly urban election, infrastructure development, focus on creating a new Maharashtra, roads, bridges, etc. That seems to have worked. And here, the image of Devendra Fadnavis, who acts like perhaps has created this image of acting like a corporate and delivering on one of these most of these infrastructure projects, as mentioned, like an Atal Setu or a coastal road. I think this seems to have clicked with the aspirational middle class and the youth. And of course, the core Hindutva voter also seems to have backed the BJP led alliance.
I think you make a very good point there, Amitabh. And I want you, Rajat, to dive in on this Fadnavis factor. You know, how do you see? I draw sometimes parallels between Fadnavis today and what, to some extent, Narendra Modi attempted. Hindu Hriday Samrat in the backdrop of what happened in 2002. By 2007, projected himself as part of vibrant Gujarat. I'm building infrastructure, Gujarat model. Are you seeing some parallels with Devendra Fadnavis, much more urbane, catering to this new aspirational voter and therefore pitching himself almost on the front line of the BJP leaders of the future?
I think in politics, there's always one of one type. It was the Chief Minister Narendra Modi then who tried to do a lot of innovative things which were unheard of back in those days. And he came up with ideas which were far ahead of their time.
Give me an example.
Vibrant Gujarat, for instance. I mean, right now, every single state is following what he started off.
In terms of attracting investments.
Yes, attracting investments as championing the cause of a state, ensuring.
Chandrababu Naidu also did it. You know, we sometimes forget it. But go ahead. He was, I would say, the first BJP chief minister. But go ahead.
But see, the way he was able to then, latch onto and became very youthful. He was the first one to join social media. I mean, when we were on Orkut and Facebook and young in college, the only politician out there was him. So I believe Prime Minister Modi back in those days was way, way, way different from any of the other politicians. How would Devendra Fadnavis ji fall into try to fit into the shoes of Prime Minister Modi? That is still a task